Josh. Gotta get panels together. I can't call him right now. What is it? 8. He's not awake. All right, where am I? Good morning, everybody. I'm Holly Baglio, your hostess with the mostest, broadcasting to you live from Holly Television Studios, right here in my beautiful home state of Garden, New Jersey, USA. Yeshua blessings, everyone. I wanted to finish this video about infiltrators. I wrote a couple notes down. I think this will be a quick video, but I want to finish it up from the last video. The last video I did, I didn't realize it came out 2.5 hours long because it felt like I was sitting there just for 5 minutes talking to all of you. But there was a lot of stuff that I had left out. There were a couple of videos that I did. I left some details out. So I'll go back through those things. But as far as infiltrators, I am sharing with you my experiences with them. This is my experience. I'm not using names or anything of that nature. And yes, I have gone to attorneys and discussed my video making with them and the do's and don'ts of such. So long as I just speak about myself and I do not use names, it's absolutely fine because I have that right. So I'm going to exercise that right. I know that the first video I made about infiltrators hit the nail on the head because of the backlash I received from it. You're not going to receive backlash like I received if you didn't get Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh's message across correctly. So I'm going to keep carrying Yeshua's gospel. I'm going to keep sharing my life story, my life experiences, as well as the spiritual gifts Heavenly Abba bestows upon me. I want to say, as far as these spiritual gifts, they work when He wants them to work. He allows me. It's at His hand, His will, and on His timeline. I can go before Him and ask Him, will you show me Tara's life? Show me her love life, her finances, or just show me Tara. For example, and Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh, if He so chooses, will allow me to use my spirit eyes. I can see right through a person. I can see into their soul. I can see things I don't even want to know about them, but it's at His will. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because infiltrators... Okay, I wrote some notes down, so hopefully I can keep my thought process and still say good morning to my chat. I gave you a shout out, James. I think it was the last video. I love you, Greta. Okay, so speaking about these spiritual gifts. So when you're filled and overflowed with the Holy Spirit, and Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh blesses you in Yeshua's name with spiritual gifts and to carry His gospel, it's the Holy Spirit that taps your shoulder and gives you information, and He's the one that tells you. My dreams and visions that come true, it's because He's giving me the information. Some people say, I got a download from Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh. Me, I say, okay, every light switch in my mind just went off. It just went from off to on, so however you word it. So, but with these spiritual gifts, infiltrators, they do this all the time. Holly, I'm not at your level. Oh, Holly, I'm just not at your level. I'm a new believer, and I'm just not at your level yet. You're kind of like an expert, and I'm kind of like a novice. Okay, I'm not at your level. I'm a new believer. I'm a new beginner. The infiltrators would, of course, come across like they're Yeshua lovers and studying the Holy Bible, and all of a sudden they're interested in Yeshua. Like, they're trying to pretend to be interested in Yeshua the way I actually have a thirst and passion for Him. So, shaman. Reiki healers, tarot card readers, all of that new age stuff, all of the occult stuff. You need decks of cards, you need rocks, you need a piece of someone's hair, but all of these new agers, they're using something. Cards, sticks, rocks. When you're into like moon magic, for instance, there's this one thing where you can get a pot of water, and you're, for instance, you would say, "Go lay down right now." Get. No treats. Lay down. You get over here and lay down. Stop. You are not doing this right now. Lay down. Okay, so, you know, tarot card readers have tarot cards. They're always using something. You know, even for that Charlie challenge, they're still using something, right? Well, with Yud Hey Vav Hey, when you have spiritual gifts, you don't need to use anything. You just have him. You sit there, and in Yeshua's name, go into prayer. And that's it. That's it. I don't need a pen. I don't need a deck of cards. I don't need a lock of someone's hair. I don't need any of that. I don't need to know when your birthday is, what minute you were born. I don't need to know where the star and suns were on such and such a day. I don't need any of that. I don't want it, number one. But number two, I don't need any of it because it's the Holy Spirit that gives you these gifts and this information. Well, infiltrators will, for instance, Reiki healers. There was a Reiki healer that all of a sudden loves Yeshua. Now, you know flat out that Reiki healers have got nothing to do with Yeshua and the Holy Bible. Because if it did, you'd be reading the Holy Bible. But you're not reading the Holy Bible as a Reiki healer, for example, because those demonic forces, dark powers, and principalities are lying to you, tricking you, and using you. They're trying to let you know that they're the divine when, no, they're finite entities. But if you really want the divine, then you go get your Holy Bible and get filled and overflowed with the Holy Spirit. You get saved to Yeshua, baptized to Yeshua, freedom delivered to Yeshua, and you keep your nose in his living logos. Right? I know I lose a lot of my audience because the second I say Yeshua, they tune out. And that's sad. But anyway, so for example, this Reiki healer, Holly, I'm not at your level yet. I'm not at your level. You're way more advanced than I am. Yeah. Yes, you're right. I am way more advanced than you. I am a child of Yud Hey Vav Hey. You are not. No, not every person born on the face of the earth is a child of God. And if you think you are, you're sadly mistaken. The truth is, if you want to be a child of God, then you have to go through Yeshua. You have to accept him into your life and repent for all of your sins. You say, I'm sorry for doing this wrong. I won't do it again. And then you don't do it again. I'm not going to get in the discussion of habitual sin versus demonic possession. It's another conversation. Holly, I'm just not. Okay, that's where I was. I'm just not at your level, Holly. No, because you're sinking down to Satan's Goetia demon level. That's why. Anyway, a child of God is someone who is saved and reborn in Yeshua's name. If somebody does not accept Yeshua, it is true that all of us are born in are created in Yud Hey Vav Hey's image. He knits us together in the womb. So everybody is created in God's image. But if you want to be a child of God, you have to accept Yeshua. If you don't accept Yeshua, you are not a child of him. Stop stealing that time and title from people who actually worked hard to obtain it because they love Yeshua with everything they got, all their might, all their being. He is everything to them. So these infiltrators will pretend. They'll say things like, oh, I'm not advanced. I'm a new beginner. I'm a new believer. I'm not like you. And meanwhile, behind the scenes, they're flipping out tarot cards or they're doing something else. So while they're talking to you, making you think that they're turning to Jesus, they're really doing a spell, ritual, and magic and sorcery behind the scenes. So you think you're leading them to Yeshua. No, no, no. They led you straight into having your voice and you talking and paying attention to them at the exact time they're doing a spell, ritual, sacrifice against you. That's how sick and twisted they are. Evil is relentless. It does not take a break. They purposefully tie up your time. There was an infiltrator years ago. This is another story. And I had given this, I basically turned to, they were friends. Let's just say they were friends and they thought, okay, what they really were is they were friends to me. That's all. Friendly acquaintances. That would be more like it. Friendly acquaintances. But they were all gung-ho about being my support system and, giving me support. And they knew better than my meek mom and my meek dad. They knew better than everybody. So whatever. I said, all right, you know so much and you're so great. Well, there's a supposed survivor and I'm going to hand her off to you. I want you to show her the same support that you're giving me. So I hand the infiltrator off to this Christian couple. This Christian couple pat themselves on the back all the time because they have, hey Mark, I love you. Good morning, the Broken 76. So I pass this infiltrator off to the Christian couple who boasts and gloats about, well, we've got the gift of discernment, Holly. So we can discern everything and everyone. All right, smarty pants. So I say to the Christian couple, all right, I'm going to give you a survivor. I'm going to hand a survivor over to you, a supposed survivor. I'm going to hand them over to you for you to show them the support and for you to word things the way you word things. And so what you think you do for me in support, I want you to do it for this survivor, this supposed survivor. So for 2 days, I watched this Christian go out of her mind for 2 days dealing with this supposed survivor who's really an infiltrator. So first off, I noticed that the gift of discernment is not something they have whatsoever because they could not pick up off the bat that this person is an infiltrator. So number one, they don't have discernment. Number two, 48 hours of their time was tied up, running in circles, giving the same Holy Bible scripture to the supposed survivor who's an infiltrator. So they spend 2 days giving Holy Bible verses and then repeating themselves. And then later in the afternoon of one day, the infiltrator would get back. And again, the conversation would be repeated. So at the end of 2 days, this Christian lady comes to me and goes, oh my goodness, Holly, I keep giving her the same Bible verses over and over. I keep answering her questions. And then just a couple hours later, she asks me the same question. So then I go back through it with her, but I try to reword it a different way. And boy, I just spent like 6 hours with her talking about the gifts of the Spirit, and she's still not getting it. Oh, Holly, did you know this person is a Rockefeller? They're from the Rockefeller family. Holly, did you know that they're saying that the Rockefellers and Rothschilds and the Wahlbergs and the Morgans and the this and the that, they're all going to make up and they're all making peace agreements between each family? Did you know that? That's what this girl is saying. Holly, aren't you from the Dumbs and the Rothschilds, The infiltrator, supposed victim, her story kept changing. It went from one small thing to all of a sudden snowballing into a big boulder. Her stories just got bigger and bigger with time. Her stories seemed parroted. Her stories had this, she would word things the same way I did. I made up a joke and I said, I'm no longer a round earther and I'm not a flat earther. I am making up my own category. I think the earth is in the shape of a triangle, and that is symbolic of the elite families in Satan's eye, the top of the Egyptian pyramid, the capstone, so that's Satan's eye. So I think the earth is a hollow triangle in the shape of a triangle, symbolizing the elite bloodlines, and hollow because that's where it warehouses all the aliens, aka fallen angels. Well, this infiltrator even stole that joke I made up. Yeah, I don't believe in flat earth. I don't believe in round earth. I think it's a hollow triangle. I was mocking everybody. Well, not mocking. I was busting my friend's chops. But then I started to mock myself and joke about myself. And that's when I came up with the joke. It's a hollow triangle. And this infiltrator even stole my joke. Hey, a new era, bougie on a budget. Good morning. If you call out an infiltrator, they will act stupid. And then what they will do is they will run around to everyone on your friends list and say, oh my God, Holly did this and Holly did that. Holly doesn't believe me. She's so mean to me. They put words in my mouth. They change around the words I do use. And then they go around to all my friends in ministries trying to say, well, Holly did this to me and Holly did that. She is so mean. Wait a second. You're pretending to be a Yeshua lover. You're pretending to come from the dumbs like me. And you're lying about both. And I'm not allowed to call you out. And by me calling you out, you think that's being mean? No, I am a Christian, not a sugarcoater. I'm the salt of the earth. I am a child of Yud Hey Vav Hey. You're only created in his image because you haven't accepted Yeshua. And when you do accept Yeshua, you don't go around lying about your testimony. He called all of us to give our testimony. He didn't say steal your testimony, and he didn't say sell your testimony. He said give your testimony. And you lie about that. So you're lying about serving him. You're lying about being a survivor. You're lying. I'm going to call you out. And I'm not going to say it in love. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but, you know, your relationship with Jesus, you need to fill it out more, and you need to build on it more and grow stronger in him. No! I'm not a twinkle toes, sugar coater, plastic Christian who practices a dead carnal Christianity. I'm not one of those. I'm going to tell you, I don't believe you. Or better yet, I just won't tell you anything. I'm the type of person, I just won't tell you anything. I'm not confrontational. I'll pray about it, say, okay, this person's a liar, and then I stay away from them. It's really not that hard. That way I don't have to make them feel bad, and I protect myself. Right? That's not true. I do call them out. I do call them out. And I'm nice about it. But they push me to the nth degree. You know, I'm a very patient, a very tolerant person. I'm overly compassionate, overly thoughtful, overly loving. And they take advantage of it. And they keep pushing me. And then finally I'll get to the end of my chain and just pop. But yes, I've called out infiltrators and they act stupid. They turn around. Hey, Dawn, I love you, sweetheart. I just called to say I love you. And I still want to send you a holiday present. I love you, Dawn. All right, so I've called out infiltrators before and they act stupid. Oh, Holly, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, no, Holly, I've been saying this testimony all along. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. Or they'll say, oh, yeah, I'm a survivor, but they can't give you any details about what happened to them in the DUMBs or what happened in the project. They've got no details. And that right there is a sign that they're infiltrating you. Go read my autobiography, right? And as much as I remember in that autobiography, I don't think it's enough, but everybody else is like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of detail. But and I don't think I remember at all enough of the DUMBs. But other people have way less than that. They've got no memory. Or better yet, there'll be the other extreme where they remember everything right down to the detail. They can tell you the guns that the other guys were carrying, what caliber, what make and model. They know every detail of the guns that they were carrying and weapons. They have every detail of where they were, who was there, who did what. I mean, every T crossed, I dotted. That is suspect. That's suspect to me. Remembering every single detail. I don't know. I'm suspect. From one victim to another, I am suspect of you guys. And I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that right now. I'm suspect about a bunch of people. I'm suspect thinking that they're not really survivors. They're just trying to get attention. Or worse yet, you get infiltrators that, I just lost my train of thought. But please bring it back to me. Hey, good morning, Bonnie Huff. Thanks, Joanne. I just actually rolled out of bed and threw a hat on. I didn't get started with my day yet or anything. Like, I spend all night praying and sleeping and trying to dream of Yeshua. And then when I wake up, it's like, boom, I'm like, squirreling at the gate, you know. I wake up and I just want to go at it and pray for Yeshua, praise Yudhe Vavhe. So the mornings for me is when it's Yeshua, Yeshua, Yeshua. I start off with my ministries, or I just start off in prayer with him. But yeah, first thing in the mornings, I love just jumping out of bed, throwing on a hat, and reaching out for Yeshua HaMashiach and getting my day started with him. Yeah, calling out infiltrators. They're going to act stupid, and then they're going to guilt trip you right off the bat. I'll tell you, hey, Bruce, how are you? Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you they're going to guilt trip you. They're going to make you feel bad that you're testing the spirits, so to speak. They're going to guilt trip. I can't believe you did that. Well, I'm bad because I'm gullible. I take everybody at face value. Infiltrators have even been trolls to pretend that they love Yeshua HaMashiach. There was a couple of times, more than a couple of times, okay? In particular, one dude was trolled me, made horrendous videos about Holly Baglio on YouTube. You know, the trolls videos, those nasty videos they make. Well, one of those trolls that makes nasty videos and whatnot pretended to get saved to Yeshua. So I accepted him with open arms. I did. I was like, really? You're getting saved? So you're going from bashing me to getting saved to Yeshua? I fell for it hook, line, and sinker. I welcomed him in. He had my phone number. We were talking, emailing. Couple months later, ha 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 ha, I tricked Holly. She doesn't have spiritual gifts. She doesn't know what she's talking about. I tricked her. I lied to her. I told her that I believed in Jesus and she accepted me in. And I did that just so she would accept me in, so I could get closer to her, get her phone number. I was even telling her I'd go visit her for a cup of coffee and we could meet somewhere in general. And we were praying to Yeshua with each other. I tricked Holly. Ha ha ha. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Look, I was able to trick her. Worse yet is they trick ministries. And I see the trolls that I have blocked current day in, for instance, Through the Black. I see trolls that I have blocked on my YouTube channel, in his channel, and now all of a sudden they're all Yeshua lovers, and Through the Black is protecting them. Oh no, Holly! Oh no! You can't say the truth. You can't say how they trolled you and made bad videos. They love Jesus now. Leave them alone, Holly. Leave who alone? You are protecting people who have trashed me, who have threatened me, and now you're falling for the same lie they gave me. They're telling you that they love Yeshua, and you open them with open arms. And here I am suffering in silence since August 2016, since I came out public. And they've put up these bad videos, bad posts of me. And now all of a sudden, you're buying the lie that they sold me once. They're telling you that they believe in Jesus. So now that they've done that, that means they don't have to apologize to Holly Baglio, right? Right? Because you're saying that they believe in Jesus. They're saying they believe in Jesus. They're no longer a troll, right? So that means now that they believe in Jesus and you bought their bullshit, that means they don't have to apologize to Holly Baglio. They don't have to take down their bad videos, their bad posts to Holly Baglio. They don't have to give her private apology, definitely not a public apology. They trashed her publicly, but they don't have to give her an apology and take those videos down. They don't have to face up what they did to her, because all of a sudden, hey, Through the Black says they're married and saved and baptized and freedom delivered to Yeshua. But it doesn't matter that they victimized you, Holly. It doesn't matter they dragged you through the mud when you did a video with Angela Disney Power. You know those interviews, Holly, you did? Yeah. Well, those interviews don't matter. Remember how you and Angela were talking about the Hampstead case? And you believe the kids? Ricky Dearman even reached out to you and you had to block them on Facebook Messenger? Yeah, Holly, none of that matters, because these people who used to troll you, they've got us blinded. They're saying they love Yeshua, and now all of a sudden, because they love Yeshua, it doesn't matter what they did to you, Holly. They can still leave up those posts and those bad videos. It doesn't matter, because it's all in Jesus' hands now, Holly. So help me, Abba, if I hear that one more time. It's in God's hands. Really? Well, then I guess that just lets you, my siblings in Christ, off the hook to take any affirmative action. Here's your 5-pound bag of sugar. But that's okay. It doesn't matter, Holly. It's just you. Who cares? Doesn't matter what they did to you. You're not allowed to confront them, Holly. You're not allowed to expose the darkness, Holly. It's okay. They drug you through the mud. It's okay, because they believe in Jesus, and they're in our chat room now. There's no room for you, Holly. There's no room for anyone that they victimized. We're going to take this troll and put him on a pedestal. And you, Holly, when we see you at conferences, we're just going to shrug you off because you're a piece of dirt. That's all I've picked up from this whole scenario. Let me go on further about these infiltrators. So you call them out, they act stupid, they'll put you on a guilt trip, they'll make you feel bad that you've actually confronted them or that you've actually taken up the situation to say, you know what, I'm very suspicious, something's not setting right in my stomach, something is off. Infiltrators, I had 2 MK Ultra groups. Shirley, oh my goodness, thank you, Heavenly Abba. I'm calling you. I've been wanting to talk to you, Shirley. I say this to a lot of people, but I tell you, I think of people in my day and like, wow, I want to call this person. I want to call Shirley. And I'm just in the middle of so many things that I get distracted and I forget, and it's really rude of me. And Shirley, I am so sorry to be rude to you. Sweetheart, I appreciate you, and I love you very dearly, and you have been very generous to me, Shirley, and thank you for your help, because you helped me get back on my feet and get this home where I'm sitting in now, Shirley. I remember you talking to me. I remember one night in particular, I was down on that hotel room floor crying my eyes out thinking that, well, I can get a place to live, but they won't take my animals, and I can't give up my animals. And I can't do it. I can't do it. And I remember crying, and Keeper and Seva just looking at me like, oh, Holly, you're not going to get rid of us, right? We're staying together. You kept us together for over 10 years. You're going to still keep us together, right? This is nothing, right, Holly? And I had made a decision in my mind that I'd live in my car with my cat and dog so the three of us could stay together. And in the summer I could just have a tent because it'd be warmer months. And there's a ton of places I could go. Shirley, you helped me get here, and I'm really humbled. Good morning, William. I'm happy to see you. My love to you, your beautiful wife, and your beautiful son. So, okay, Infiltrators. Back in 2018, I guess is about the time frame, I had started up someone else who I thought was a friend, who I thought was a Yeshua lover, by the name of Ann. This person changes her name like people change their child's diaper. So this isn't her real name. But so Ann, under the disguise of being a Yeshua lover. Chris, how are you? I wanted to write you back. Hey, Kaz, how are you? They're doing great. They're both knocked out like lights. Hi, Cream Day. How are you? I got to get back to your emails, Chris. Okay, so this girl, Ann, under the disguise of being a Yeshua lover and under the disguise of being a survivor, because she hung out with other survivors that I knew can't come from dumps. So I just stupidly assumed that she was a survivor from the dumps herself. And not at all. She's more like a fan that is she's like a fan that if these other super soldiers don't like somebody, she's the type of fan where she's going to go and troll you until the day she dies, and she's going to be relentless at it. Reiki, yeah, that's in her repertoire. So this girl, Ann, comes along and says, I'm going to start up a support group, Holly. I know how to do it on Facebook, and then I'll just hand the keys over to you. So Ann goes and starts up a MK Ultra support group. I start putting my friends into it. Well, a couple big named people, they're big names to me because they're all in Yeshua. They're people that I can blatantly see Yeshua shining through. A couple of these people said, Holly, you know what? This group is infiltrated. All of a sudden, we're talking about astral projection. You got this one girl, Ann, saying this weird stuff, and then you got this other girl. She sounds like she believes in Jesus, but she's praying to angels, and she's tampering in the heavenly realms. And I think this group is infiltrated, Holly. I'm out. So that blew up in my face, and the whole MK Ultra group collapsed. Second time comes around. I start up another MK Ultra group for just the survivors, not the support system to the survivors. You know, those people who support us, not that, just for us survivors. Started up a second time. What happens again? H, I've been thinking about you in your dream. It's really uncanny. Can you email me your dream? I'd like to talk to you. I don't know. That's a good question. And I'll tell you, H, my programming didn't break until I was 40. At the age of 37, 3 super soldiers came, told me they were getting out and they were going public. I think at that point what they did was regress me, do a regression. They had given me a shot of something. I was 37 at that time. It still took 3 more years after that until I was 40 to really wake up, to really have that flash. But I remember Spears saying that about age 30 is when it breaks. I'm interested in hearing more about that dream. It piqued my curiosity. The other thing, Mega Millions. You want to play Mega Millions as a group? I'll go out and buy us all a ticket. I will. I got your names right here in the chat room on my screen. I'll go buy a ticket, and if we win, well, all of us will split it amongst each other evenly. I think I got $2. I'll go buy one for us. I'm not kidding. If we win, we'll all split it. I got your names stored, right? Because this video will be archived, and your names are on. That would be great if we won the Mega Millions, wouldn't it, guys? I'd be like, hey, guys, I got to buy you all a plane ticket to Jersey. You got to come collect your money. Yay! Okay, so the MK Ultra groups. Yes, the second group that was started was Infiltrated, just as fast right off the bat. Then the Infiltrators, pretending to be Yeshua lovers, but really shaman trainees and people in Reiki and all of that stuff. They kept crashing in, so it collapsed. And at that point in 2018, I swore up and down I would never, ever do another MK Ultra support group so long as I live, because they kept getting infiltrated. And at the time, I couldn't figure out who, because I'm thinking this one girl who's under the disguise of Yeshua is really a Yeshua believer. And meanwhile, it was that girl. One girl setting it up and a second one to make sure to control the conversations in the actual support group to make them sway towards being New Age. So I got rid of that second group. Swore up and down I'll never do it again. The beginning of 2020. Hey, Patty, how you doing? It's great to see you. So at the beginning of 2020, there was a third person. And let me tell you, I went through a really rough time. They don't know, and not that they even cared to know, because they were only using me for sex. But the truth of the matter is this. They set up MK Ultra group. I call it Children in a Cage. It is private. You will have to be vetted. And already there's a couple people in there that I'm not pleased that they're in there, because I'm suspect to their testimony. I'm suspect in thinking they're either infiltrators, disinformation agents, or worse yet, somebody just trying to get attention and pretending to be a survivor. So this dude sets up, again, a third group for me. And this time, the second the group is set up, he turns the keys and reins over to me, and he gives it to me. Adelina Bond. I'm going to have to look that up. Yes. I'm hollybaglio11@gmail.com. BitChute. I'm going to BitChute. I always say BitShit, but I like BitChute. I just got to figure out how to work their platform. I'm going to Parler, MeWe. I don't have Parler. I have BitChute, Streamanity. I've got platforms all over. I just need to do something with them. But BitChute, Streamanity is great to limit the access trolls have to you, because you have to pay to leave a comment, and you're not going to pay money to tell me off. It'd be stupid. You'd have to have a lot of money. What else is there? There's Twitch or something. There's iConnect FX, where I think you can run live streams and have a chat room at that time, and it's free. I think it's iConnect FX. So right now I'm in a transition with things. I want to run live streams directly from hollybaglio.com, get away from Facebook. Like, I want to stream it from my webpage, but have it play on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all at the same time, but be broadcasting right from hollybaglio.com. It takes money and it takes time. I'm working on both. Okay, back to what I was saying. So the MK Ultra group, the beginning of this year, this dude sets it up. I get the keys to the group, kick him out, because no offense, if you tell me that you, like I said to somebody, hey, do you know MK Ultra? Oh yeah, I know MK Ultra. I listened to that one. I listened to the other one. And it's like, okay, so you know what MK Ultra is. So if you tell me, Holly Baglio, that you know what MK Ultra is, right off the bat, I'm thinking that you know how to handle deprogramming, you know what to do, you're educated and well-groomed, you have experience with survivors of MK Ultra. Don't say you know what MK Ultra is if you've never helped someone like me deprogram, or you don't have a friend like me that you've spent a lot of time with, that you've witnessed and been exposed to what happens to MK Ultra sufferers. Okay? If I, Holly Baglio, ask you, oh, do you know about MK Ultra? You should say, yes, I've heard of the word, I know the definition, but I don't have experience helping victims. Be very clear about that, because you have to understand, somebody that has undergone MK Ultra and had Joseph Mengele as the programmer has at least 169 alters. There's a method to that Nazi scientist's madness. I mean, a lot of people, that these infiltrators that fake being victims, they don't realize. Have they read Fitz Springmeyer's, Cisco Wheeler's book, How to Create the Ultimate Mind Control Slave? No, they haven't. These people infiltrating have got no idea what it's like. They've got no idea what goes into it. When you're talking to an MK Ultra survivor, you have to take into account that they have alters, and that any time you could be talking to one. Oh my God, Chris. WP, it's great to see you, hon. This is a great chat room. I love you guys. Everybody, please pay attention to what my chat room has. You guys are going to learn, well, you guys, meaning the public, will learn a lot from the people in my chat room. And I will tell you that usually I know at least 75%, if not 90% of the people in my chat room, like on the phone, talk to them, video calls, like, anyway, so just pay attention to these people in my chat room is what I'm trying to say to the public, because you're going to learn a lot more than you realize. So I don't want to give out details of the people in my chat room, but I'm going to say they're all survivors. The majority of them are all survivors, and they're all whistleblowers. So anyway, this new MK Ultra group, Children in a Cage, it's mine. It's my group. It's our group, ours. I just had the privilege of setting it up. I had the honor and privilege of inviting everybody that's on there. So all those 200 and something people, I picked you guys out. Some people, like I said, I question them. I question their motives. I question their testimony as well. I should, because I'm a survivor, and I'm just not going to give you my trust. And sometimes when I say I trust you, it doesn't mean that I trust you. It's just I'm going to tell you private things anyway. I'm just hoping you keep them private. Sorry, my alters are here, so you're going to hear from them as well. So this third group, Children in a Cage, was a success. There are multiple admins and multiple moderators that are in this MK Ultra group. It is our group. I have ministries, pastors, and evangelists in this group that are helping the other survivors to deprogram, have a safe place to go. Whatever happens in this group stays in this group. It's not open to the public. You have to be vetted. And if you go in saying, yes, I know Holly Baglio, you're going to be asked about 20 more questions than you anticipated. So dropping my name isn't always kudos for you. It's not going to get you in this group. And you have to be vetted. You have to be. You have to be a survivor of something. Rape, incest, you're coming out of drug abuse, you have an abusive family. It doesn't just have to be the DUMBs. It doesn't just have to be MK Ultra and Super Soldier projects. It could be you're a survivor from a different background on something else. But through Jesus, we can all heal together. And it's through Jesus. So whatever your problems are, it's through Jesus, and we can all have a place to go while we're getting through this stuff. It's a great platform. It's great. And it's not infiltrated. And at this point, I really haven't spent a lot of time in the group. So it is left up to the other admins and the other mods to add you if they would like. It's up to them, but it's our group. I just had the privilege of picking out the majority of people that got invited to it. I picked out all the people, all the great survivors, all the great ministries, pastors, evangelists, all the great, like there's some people that are just professors in this group. There's journalists in this group. There's researchers in this group. So the professors, I can tell you, they watch this group, and if there's nuggets of, you know, what do you say? If there's like nuggets of gold, they can teach and train the next generation of watchmen who are going to be ordained. You know, so for instance, you know the person that goes around to universities to give them credits to say, okay, you can be a 4-year university, you're an accredited university. You know that guy that goes around to say whether or not you can be a university? Well, him and a dean of students, Pillar University, we sat down and brainstormed to create a new course in college, and that is, who is Jesus today? And some of my ideas went into creating that course. So the next generation of people coming up, the next generation of prophets, watchmen, healers, they're taking this course. So those people, this group is a big group. But I leave it to other people to vet. And I'll be honest, if I ever set foot in that group and I see somebody who's a troll to me in that group, I'm taking you out. No questions asked. I'm taking you out of the group. And then I will let the other admins and mods know why you are being taken out of the group. If you have bashed me and put up bad videos about me, you're not going to be in my group like you are on Through the Black, infiltrating their chat room and turning everything upside down, so much so that I won't set foot in that chat room. But I sit there and I'm watching all my loved ones. I want to say hi. I want to say I love you. But I can't get in that chat room. Abba just won't let me get in that chat room. I'm exposing myself to trolls all over again. It's not fun. And those trolls in this chat room gave me a hard time because I went on record talking about the Hampstead kids. Now, I know the video that I did, the first one, hit the nose on the head because of all the hate mail I was getting. These people have some of these people that troll me have their own servers. So that's a pain in the neck.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Sorry.
Of course, his name is Bernie Sanders.
As a good guy. Chris, don't even bother. It'd be a waste of your time. So, MK Ultra is also TV programming. You're spot on, Mark. That's the way people behave and think. You rock, Mark. Thank you. Please feel free to share anything and everything in my chat room, because a lot of people, please talk, because people can learn from you. All of you in my chat room. But there's a lot of survivors out there. There's also a lot of people that are support system to us survivors. They can read your comments and learn from them too. So, infiltrators will pretend to be your friend. They'll pretend to be saved to Yeshua. And they're not. I'm going to tell you guys something. You want to know how bad the trolls got to me? I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to tell you the story now. You guys know in 2019, I was suffering from severe battered women syndrome, and there were a lot of things going on, but the biggest thing was I was suffering from severe battered women syndrome. So I needed to do something about it, and fast, before I ended up 6 feet under. And so I did. So 2019 was one of the crappiest, it started in 2018, being crappy years. 2019 was terrible, and I bounced around a lot. Well, it came to a point where I was looking for a place to live. I had people helping me. And I had to keep everything private. All my plans, everything I was doing had to stay private. So I had gotten in touch with my landlord, and I was like, Frank, I'm coming back, but I'm coming back months earlier. I'm coming back. And it was going to be a problem, because he wasn't ready for me to come back. So the property wasn't ready for me to come back. So I thought, shoot, where am I going to live? Sure enough, my Facebook page is infiltrated, okay? There are trolls on my Facebook page under the disguise of someone else. I've got over 2,100 friends on Facebook. You're still figuring out what happened to you? Oh, Eye Cream Day. My love to you and your family. You have a beautiful day, sweetheart. Thank you for joining us. Patty, I pray Yud Hey Vav Hey comes and sits next to you, takes your hand, helps you remember, and he comforts you while you're remembering. And may he give you enough for you to handle, but not too much, because sometimes in remembering it can be a big doozy. I pray for you, Patty, in Yeshua's name, Selah. So, I was early in coming home, and I didn't have a place to live, so people on my Facebook page were pretending to be friends under different names than they normally go. You know, they change. There's this one girl, she changes her actual name. Like, I go by Holly Baglio. Okay, she changes her name like every 6 months. So this person on Facebook sees that I need a place to live and reaches out. Lo and behold, I didn't know it was the same group of trolls that have always been trolling me, that my attorney and police and law enforcement have been coaching me through these bad situations of them gang stalking me, harassing me, and threatening me online. Threatening me and my life, threatening to kill me, threatening everything. So, anyway, these trolls get in touch. Oh, Holly, you're looking for a place. My friend in New York State has a place for you to rent. So I call the guy, and I'm talking to him, and it seemed feasible. And I thought, okay, he's got a place. It's my own place that I can rent. It's like a redone barn, but there's a place downstairs, rooms, bathroom, whatnot. And then upstairs, there's a bathroom and huge room. So I figured I was going to rent it. So I drive 6 hours all the way up to New York State. The thing was, when I was looking for a place to live. So I had spoken to the girl who introduced me to the guy who was renting the place. And as I'm on the phone talking to this person, I'm thinking to myself, wow, this sounds like that girl, Anne, but now she's saying her name is Heidi. This sounds like Astrid. And I almost said Astrid, but I didn't, and I should have. And I didn't pay attention to the red flag. So I go driving 6 hours out into the middle of nowhere, Amish country in Angelica, New York. I show up at the house. I have my cat and dog and all of my possessions on me. Everything else is back in storage in a different state. I get up there. All of a sudden, my spiritual gifts kick in. And I said, Heavenly Abba, you know what? I've been seeing red flags, and I haven't listened. Not that I was intentionally being disobedient, but I didn't listen, and I still went against these red flags. I meet the dude face to face. Now, I've heard of him. He's got a web page up on the internet. You guys have heard of him too, right? Web page, he does this, he does that. Was supposed to be on Hagman's show. So you guys have heard of this dude. You know his name. I can't use his name right now, but you know his name. I meet the dude, and oh my goodness. He brings me to see the top apartment, and it's filth. This much of dog hair on the floor all around. Furniture stacked up on top of furniture, stacked up on top of clothes, stacked up on top of tools, on pictures, and just piles of garbage. I see the downstairs where he lives. It's the same damn mess. I said to him, I'm like, you didn't clean any of this up. You've had 3 weeks to do that, and you haven't touched it. Oh, yeah, I've been busy. Why? Is there something wrong? What do you mean, is there something wrong? You're supposed to be renting this place to me. We have the security deposit worked out, the monthly rent worked out. I'm getting internet. We have that worked out, and you don't like it, but too damn bad. I'm getting it. We have all this worked out, and I come here to rent the place, and you leave it like this? Then his dog is jumping on top of me like the dog has never been taught manners at all. And he's starting to give me a really weird look, and I'm starting to get these weird feelings. All of a sudden, I look out the window while I'm looking at this place talking to him. I wasn't there more than 20 minutes, guys. I'm looking out the window. All of a sudden, slowly, I see a van. Slowly, you'll get a kick out of this uplifted if you're still here. Renata, I can't wait to talk to you. So I'm looking out the window, and slowly I see this van start creeping past the house. And it was, what is it, Service Electric they have up there? And that was it. That was it. I look at this guy, and then he's like, well, Holly, you know how EMF and all these waves from our cell phones, they go, right through our body. You're going to have to take your cell phone apart and, take it apart, take the battery out, and put it here, Holly. Put it here in this metal box, and then we can talk, because they're listening. So it wasn't so much as him acting like, someone I would envision being in a mental institute. It wasn't so much that got to me. It was the point that he wants to take my cell phone from me, disconnect it, and I'm out in North Bumblefuck. Amish land, nothing's out there, no one's out there. And I said to him, I said, you know what, I gotta smoke a butt, I'll be right back. I grab my dog, I go out to the car, pick up the phone, I call Russ Dizdar on the SIIU team. And I'm on the phone with them. And I said, I can't stay here. And you know what? The trolls on Facebook did this to me. And I know who the trolls are. And they tricked me. And I was stupid enough because I flew by the seat of my pants. I was really worried, really stressed. I blew right through all of these red flags. And here I am in Angelica, New York. I can't stay. I called up Mike Kerr. I told him I was moving out to Idaho and expect me in a few days. I called up a few other people. I said, I can't stay here. You've got the address, phone number, names, everything. I'm not staying here. I marched right back in that house. I said, He kept coming out while I'm on the phone to the driveway because I had excused myself. So I get done with my phone calls and I walk back to this house. I said, "Excuse me, can I use the bathroom?" And he goes, "Is everything okay? You know, we were talking for a couple of minutes and then you said you had to use the phone. And you've been on the phone for like almost a half hour. Is everything okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, everything's fine." And there were some things that he also said in the conversation that made my eyebrows rise. I said, "You know, it was a long drive. I drove for over 6 hours. Can I use your bathroom?" So I went upstairs. I used the bathroom. Toilet didn't flush. I was like, "Oh, isn't that nice?" The bathroom doesn't even work. I grabbed my cat. I found her. I don't know how I found her. I let her off the leash, and here I am, knowing that I'm leaving. Everybody knows where I am. Everybody's expecting me to be on that road in 5 minutes and call them back. And if I don't, the cops are just going to show up here because that's how I had it set up. If I don't call you back, I'm 1 minute late calling you back. I don't care. You look at that minute, go, "Oh, okay, it's 2 p.m. Holly didn't call me back. She was supposed to call me back at 1:55. Yeah, we're calling the cops. Here's the address. Go get her." So I go. I say, "No, everything's fine. Let me make sure my cat's okay. I gotta use the bathroom." I go up. I use the bathroom. Toilet doesn't work. I finally find my cat in this pile of garbage. It's like 700 feet of just piles of garbage. I finally get the cat. I walk down out of the above apartment, the top apartment. I walk down out the front door. I walk past the door to his apartment. I close the front door behind me, and I start walking out to my car. Now, mind you, I had just gotten there. The place is a disaster. He's trying to take my cell phone from me and put it in some tin box. And I'm telling him, "No, you're not getting the cell phone from me." It stays on me and stays on at all times. Just everything was rubbing me the wrong way. So I grab my cat, I walk out the front door, I walk across the property, I go to the neighbor's house where my car is parked. I get inside my car, strap my dog in, get my cat in. I hit reverse, peel out, and leave. I didn't so much as even turn around, wave goodbye. I didn't say goodbye. I didn't do anything. I get down the road, 10 minutes, there's a church. I pull into the church parking lot, lock all my doors, get everything situated. I call up DISDAR and the SIIU team. Then I call up my support system. I check in with all of them. I then got on the road, spent 2 hours driving as far and as fast as I could to get away from Angelica, New York. And as I was driving as far and as fast as I could to get away, I said, "Heavenly Abba, you know, there were these red flags. This girl on Facebook said that she had a place to live. And when I did have her on the phone, it sounds like Astrid. Now I'm up here with this guy, and there's something off. There's something really wrong." In my prayer, in my spirit, Abba responded to me in prayer. He said, "Holly, I needed you to blow through all those red flags. All those red flags you were getting, I needed you to do it. You're not disobedient. I needed you to do it." The reason why is because I'm the one who stuck a stick of dynamite under your tuchus to move you. I want you back at home. I want you back in New Jersey, and I want this yesterday. You're already a day late, Holly. This was the only way I was going to get you out of the place you were and moving. So at that point, I drove to Binghamton, made friends with the manager at the hotel, made sure I had a good night's sleep. Nobody was messing with me. Nobody was messing with my car. I was in a really kind of sort of shady part. So next day, bright and early, I get in my car and I drive back to the farm. And ready or not, here I am, and here I have stayed. So these trolls have really done whammies on me. These trolls have really taken it to extents that have jeopardized me, my livelihood, my pets, my car. I have blocked these people. I have not said goodbye. I haven't said kiss my ass. I haven't said Yeshua blessings go with God. These people have been following me constantly on the internet, and they play these cruel, cruel jokes. I guess they thought that I had nowhere to go. I guess they thought it was funny to tell me that they had a place to live, and when I get there, there was no place to live. The bathroom didn't work. There was no heat in the apartment. The apartment was nothing but a pigsty. But these trolls, that girl on the phone, was sure to say how she would be up to visit me within the first month of me moving into this guy's house. Of course she would have visited me, because that's the troll. That's one of the girls who set up the MK Ultra support group way at the beginning, and it got infiltrated. Her and her friend were working in tandem with each other. And this is the group of trolls that has been on me for over 3 years now. We're going on 4 years. These are the people that send me hate mail. It's a group of them. And then they ask you guys to get involved to threaten me and stalk me online as well. I'm a sweetheart. I'm gullible. I thought this was somebody that really cared about me, and it was a troll playing a joke. They were purposefully getting me and my car and my money into one spot, in one location, and I can tell you what would have happened if I had stayed. They would have stolen everything from me, stolen my car, killed my cat and dog, or just left them at a pound. And the stuff they would have done to me, I wouldn't be sitting here breathing right now. They would have kidnapped me, stolen everything, raped me, and sold me on the black market, because that's how sick these people are. And that's exactly what I think, and this is my humbled opinion. This is how bad these people toy with me in my life. It's not an accusation, it's what was done to me. And if I did use a name, it doesn't matter, because they're changing their names all the time. It's not even a real one. Likewise, WP. Whammies for, I remember whammies. Artistic instead of autistic. I want to start a website in order to get out the plans to which I showed you. You rock, WP. Wild-hearted, I love you, sweetie pie. A lot of it's repetition, sweetheart. I can't wait to talk to you. I've been thinking about you a lot, Renata. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to use names or not, so forgive me. I needed that to happen, wild-hearted. Remember that conversation I said you brought up if Yeshua is good looking or not, so to speak? That needed to happen, wild-hearted. I needed confirmation from him. I have that self-condemnation spirit where I condemn myself and think, well, what would Yud-Hey-Vav-Hey want with me? He doesn't want me. I'm nothing. I'm horrible. I'm hideous and horrendous, and I don't deserve him. And, what if he's going to take away my calling? What if he's going to take away, my salvation or relationship? Now, this is a self-condemning spirit I'm discussing here. What if he's going to take away his love or his calling? I've been disobedient. I was like Peter. But then Heavenly Abba does not abandon us, and he's always faithful to forgive us, and he's always faithful and loyal to stay with us. So I have to remind myself, I have to look at that profile picture of his seal on my forehead. I have to look at that picture. And when I do, I then tell myself, Holly, he gave you this picture. He is the Alpha and the Omega. And he's right here with you in the middle of it. So he knew May 17, 2014, when he sealed you, he knew what you'd be doing right now, but he still sealed you back then. And he gave you a picture, a physical picture. He's not going to take it back, Holly. He's not taking it back. And there's no way I am renouncing him. There's no way this ring is coming off my finger. And God forbid if something did happen, I'll tell you what, I'd put a tattoo in place of it, and I'd make sure the tattoo looked just like the ring, and around the band part, I'd have Yeshua tattooed in. That way he's always with me. I am never, ever, and please don't ever let me, please hold me strong always and forevermore in Yeshua's name. I am never, ever letting you go. I'm never, ever renouncing you. You're everything and all that I want. From here until the future and forevermore. In Yeshua's name, Selah. Susie Q, how are you? And I'm quitting smoking. I quit cigarettes 2 days, go back 2 days. Well, I'm quitting the cigarettes, right? So once 2 days is over, I pray to stay quit. Autistic mode. I have autism. I say I have an alter that's autistic, but I'm wondering if all of me isn't, because in 2002 I got mumps, measles, and rubella, polio. I got all of my vaccinations, all of my inoculations updated. And after getting all of them updated over a 6-month period, something inside of me changed. Don't fucking touch me. You don't need to touch me to pray. You touch me and I've got every right to knock your teeth in the back of your throat. I don't care if it's a handshake. I don't care if you're reaching to move a hair away from my eyelash. Don't touch me. I'm adamant about that. And plastic Christians make me feel bad because I don't want them touching me, because they make me feel icky when they do. And that started to happen with me when I got those shots. However, the other thing that started to happen was when I deprogrammed from MK Ultra, I have an alter that can't speak. I call her autistic because of the way she is. Because she's, unless it's part the core of me and part the alter too, if you look at the symptoms of autism, I fit right in that category. Oh, Susie Q, praise be to Abba. Praise be to Abba. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. It's a stronghold. It's a habitual sin. I will touch on it now. Habitual sin is not demonic possession. Those who troll me got their wires really twisted. For example, if someone has altars and they go through freedom deliverance, ekbalo in Yeshua's name, and that entity, dark power, principality comes out of them and they are freed, they are freedom delivered, ekbalo. Well, they themselves, as a person that's now gone through ekbalo, sometimes you're still going to have those bad habits, right? Let's use smoking cigarettes as an example. So, say a person who's demonically possessed goes through a freedom deliverance, ekbalo, and then, a couple of months afterwards, they may be exhibiting signs of habitual sin, where it's a habit. Maybe it's a habit that they drink beer during the day, or they drink beer at lunch, or they drink beer in the evening. It's a habit. Maybe they're smoking cigarettes, two packs of cigarettes per day. It's a habitual sin. They picked this habit up because they were exposed to something. They became hypothetically, this is an example, they became demon possessed, and now that they've gone through a Kabbalah, a freedom deliverance, now they still have the habitual sins of when they were demonically possessed. And maybe that habit is drinking or smoking cigarettes or masturbation or something else. I don't know. Not masturbation. I take that back. But say you have a habitual sin of something. That's not always demonic possession. That is a behavior that needs to be stopped. And when you stop that behavior, there is a void left in your life. You need to fill that void with something positive. So if you're going to quit smoking, you need to replace it with something. So there's not that void, but also if you replace it with something, it's a lot easier to transition away from. Instead of saying, okay, I'm done smoking cigarettes, I'm never going to smoke again. And now here I am fidgeting with stuff, and the problem is when I fidget, that's when I pick up a cigarette. So maybe I should get like those Chinese balls that play music in them, or, you know, maybe I should get a piece of string where you can make those patterns with the string, you know, so just replace the habit that you're taking away so you don't have a void. It is finished. Yes, I do too, Susie Q. I do too. Oh, you're precious, sweetheart. I really appreciate that. Hello, world from the... Oh. Yeah, I'm going through nicotine withdrawal. Heavenly Abba, please take away the symptoms of withdrawal from me. Please help me through the next few days so I can get rid of cigarettes and take a step down and just go back to my vaping. I'm working on the nicotine. But even once I get back to vaping, that's still an addiction because I'll still be addicted to the nicotine. However, vaping is better than smoking cigarettes. It is better, in my humbled opinion, because I can taste, I can breathe through my nose and smell. My stomach is calmer. I sleep better. I handle anxiety and panic attacks better without a cigarette. So I think that vaping is much better than cigarette smoking. You get, 10, 15 chemicals from this when you have over 2,000 here. Everybody's like, but honey, it causes popcorn lung. Oh, and this is better with 2,000 chemicals versus 10 or 15? You need your head examined. There's not formaldehyde in here. There's formaldehyde in here. You want me to smoke cigarettes because you as a Christian will feel better about your faith with Jesus if I do what you want because you're a conformist and you conform to thinking what you think Yeshua acted like, but that's not what the Bible said. So you conform to what you think Jesus acted like, and if I don't conform like you, then that means I don't love Jesus, and then you don't feel good enough about your faith, so you can't be around me. No, don't listen to other people dictate to you what you can and can't do. If you don't want to smoke cigarettes because vaping is better, vape. Don't listen to them. They don't know what they're talking about anyway. Personally, I think you should completely quit smoking altogether. But I've just been in these situations where people love to dictate to me what they think I should be doing because they know better. And meanwhile, they really don't know better. And somehow fell back. Yeah. Oh, I'm praying for you, Susie Q. Self-righteous being one. Self-righteous being one, right? Yeah. Yeah, when Enoch talks about two groups of people and he talks about the righteous group, I'm like, Yud Hey Vav Hey, I don't have a shot in the dark to be righteous. Not with my track record. I want to be, but I don't know that I am. Yeah, that self-righteous or the religious spirit. Yeah, I keep bumping into those plastic Christians, and it's really frustrating. That's why I come here to my chat room, because you guys aren't like that. I remember they would look at my posts and videos. Oh, Holly, what do you mean you've got nowhere else to go if you don't have your diary and you don't have HTV? What do you mean you've got nowhere else to go? Yeah, I've got nowhere else to go. Yud gave me my ruminations and confessions, my diary that I put up online, and he gave me HTV, and these are videos. These are my diary videos I put up online. If I don't have these places to go, then I don't have anything. He's the one that gave me all of this so I could go here. You plopped your ass in my life on your own accord, and now you're telling me I am to go to you and give up HTV and give up ruminations and confessions and just go to you, and then you'll let me know how I can talk in love, what words to use, and then you'll tell me what my message is that I can put up on ruminations and confessions and that I can speak in HTV. No, 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 no. I hate that when people I tell people my connection is directly with Yud and back. There's no room for you to be involved in that. These plastic Christians get pissed off every single time. It's like, well, wait a second. You preach having a relationship with Yeshua, but now you're telling me I have to go through you to be closer to him. You're telling me I have to act like you and word things like you and live like you to be closer to him. And that's not at all. Nuh-uh. That's not at all what he told me. He told me he loves me for exactly who I am and the way I am, because he created me to be the individual I am. And you, as a plastic Christian, are telling me it's not right. Or better yet, you get the infiltrators and trolls who then want to tell you what you are and what you are not. That's even more interesting. Hey, Milo, how are you, sweetie pie? It's good to see you. He will set us free in his time. Selah, Susie Q. Yeah, everyone is different with addictions and what they can and can't do. You know, just so long as we keep trying, we keep our eyes set on Yeshua, we keep trying, and we don't give up. That I think is definitely what matters. Well, the gym will get you healthy, Chris. I need to go to the gym. My friend, my friend gave me, you know those cards, the cop cards? He was trying to get me like the sticker that you put in your car, you know, that thing, that big gold shield thing that you put in your car that cops have. He was trying to get me one of those. He couldn't. Or I guess they don't make them anymore or something like, I don't know. But he wasn't able to, so he gave me a card. But I was thinking about joining the gym and going to meet him at the gym just so I would have someone next to work out next to, to keep me inspired, keep me motivated, to keep me working out, and to keep me going to the gym to get healthy. I was thinking about being a tag along with my friend. So... But if I can get like a discount and only pay $20 a month to the gym instead of $40, if I can wing that, I'll be going to the gym. So, he is faithful to forgive us and cleanse us from all unrighteousness. He will do it, confessing my sins and believing he got me delivered before. And will again, Selah, Susie Q. I'm still working in that process. Well, actually, the process I'm in right now is forgiving other people and primarily forgiving myself. There are some people that I will show up on their doorstep and I will say, I am sorry, I apologize to you. And there's many others that I will not apologize to. But I am going through the process of forgiveness, and right now I am focused on the 13 Illuminati bloodlines to forgive them and to forgive myself. When I am through this process, I will speak about it, but not right now while I'm going through it, because sorcerers, witches, trolls, and all the like will try to set up stumbling blocks in my recovery. Right now, they will try to set up stumbling blocks and cast dark powers and principalities against me to try to stop and thwart my healing process and to try to stop me from forgiving people such as the Rothschilds. And forgiveness is a very big thing because I want to be forgiven, so I need to forgive others. There are people from my past and plastic Christians. I will not apologize to them because I have done nothing wrong. But I do need to forgive them because they have wronged me. And then after forgiving them, I need to forgive myself for not standing up to them when they ran me over. I have to forgive myself if I did something wrong or if I'm displeased about something I said. I have to forgive myself. Maybe I handled the situation poorly that they dropped in my lap. I have to forgive myself for that. And then I have to forgive them for dropping the situation in my lap. What's wrong with them that they're doing that in the first place? It's their situation, not mine. All right, real Christians in church. Yeah, I'm making friends with my neighborhood, Chris. I am, like, purposefully reaching out and purposefully having a relationship and having the courage to stand there and talk to them about Pizzagate and what happened to me through Pizzagate. So we're at the starting stages of me building friendships and ties in this community. And I'll tell you, I love the boys in blue that are in this community. I love the EMT. I love the firemen, firewomen. I love those who serve this community, risk their lives. And I show my support for police officers and sheriffs. But yeah. So, like, I'm here on my quiet corner of the earth, deprogramming and healing, and I want peace and serenity, and I think it's really important that I build these friendships. And the thing is I'm picking and choosing the people that I'm building my friendships with. I'm not just accepting friendships here, there, oh yeah, that person's nice, we'll be friends. No, it's like, okay, I know that person is an officer. I want to be friends with that person. That person is the chief at the EMT at the ambulance place. I want to be friends with him. You know? It's not like, oh, well, I can't be friends with that one. I can't be friends with this one because the guy that I'm dating doesn't like him, or the Christian family that is trying to handle me, they don't like him. I can't be friends. I don't have to go through that anymore. Yeah, so. Yes, relationships are good, and I'm starting to have them. Yeah, there are police departments I respect, and then there are other police departments that I don't respect. Just because, but the one here where I live, absolute respect. And the surrounding neighborhoods, absolute respect. They're good to me. I do not want to see the police defunded. Yes, our best friend is Yeshua. Spirit feels the red flag, learning to trust that inner voice. And yes, and to be obedient to it. Absolutely, Susie. But yeah. So I like the people that I live near. I really like this community. I feel safe here. Everybody knows me. Like, I take my dog for a hike, and like the people passing by on the street, they know me, they know my face, I'm safe and sound. And I really like that. I really like being back at home. I hated 2018 because I wasn't allowed to hang out with my friends. And then I hated 2019 because I just simply wasn't here to hang out with my friends. But I really like my newfound freedom. I love my home. And I really love the people that I'm around. And life is a lot better than it was in 2019 and 2018 for me. I can tell you that much. A lot better. You want to see my dog? Where is she? She's kind of sleeping. Hang on a second. Sorry about my mess. There she is. Say hi, Keepies. Oh no! I froze. What happened? Why did I freeze? Can you guys still hear me? I froze. How did my camera freeze? That's not right. Why did it freeze? Damn. Oh well. I don't know what happened, guys, but my camera's not working for me. Why did that happen? Everything's plugged in. Oh well. It's frozen. It's a frozen. Would that work? No, I guess not. Here. We'll put that picture up. You guys see what a mess my living room is? You're like, what's all that stuff? I can tell you. I have a big, large, huge refrigerator box because I'm going to turn part of it into a yellow submarine and do a funny HTV skit with you. And then I'm going to turn the other part into a rocket ship. Like I'm going to paint it. So I got this huge, big box that my refrigerator came in, and I'm saving the box. And with my stimulus check, I had bought $200 worth of dog food and cat food. And that's kind of sitting in my living room. I wanted to kind of make sure I had everything for Keeper and Seva, at least for the next few months, so that way I wouldn't be struggling so terribly with my finances. But, oh, thanks, Susie Q. Yeah, I do defend myself. I'm just used to being attacked. The ex, he would attack me, always taking everybody else's side but my side. Biological mother always attacking me. Even my friends in junior high, they would attack me if it suited them or betray my trust. So I'm just, yeah, always defensive because I feel attacked. I feel scrutinized all the time. I feel like it's okay. I know that I'm public, guys, so of course I'm going to fall under scrutiny. But, you know, I feel that other people don't scrutinize themselves. They want me to change, but they don't do any work on themselves to change. Abusive relationships, yes. They tell you what you can do with Jesus. They tell you if you can fulfill your calling. They tell you, no, Holly, you have to drive me here. Jesus has to wait. Excuse you? You tell me my golden bow, Yeshua HaMashiach, has to wait? You can take yourself out of my life right now before I throw you out. You will never be number one in my life. Know this. I promise this to you. You will not ever once ever be number one. You will never be my everything. Yeshua HaMashiach is number one. He is my everything. You will fall somewhere after him. But yeah, what was it, 2 years? I made the sad mistake of dating someone that made me put Jesus last. I hope they reconcile that with Yeshua and repent to him for doing that to me. So I have to forgive people. And I am. The trolls. Okay, the trolls. The haters, adversaries, the group of witches. Steve Camplain, I forget his name, he exposed these trolls for consumer fraud. You go to somebody to pay them for a tarot card reading, and they expect you to give them $9,000 in a pillow bag with like 9 long stem red roses, and it's consumer fraud. They're stealing your money. You go to a tarot card reader, and it turns out that tarot card reader is actually having someone else read your astrological signs. It's not even the person you're going to. It's somebody else that's giving you the reading. So, where was I going with that? He exposed some of these people. Hey, Zero, how you doing, sweetheart? You feel so paralyzed. I'm praying with you and for you, Patty. Hey, Danielle, how are you? Thank you. It's great to have you here, Danielle. Thank you, sweetie. We were just BSing. I'm having a great day, Danielle. Thank you. I'm getting over a migraine, though. I had a bad one yesterday. But, I didn't have an option. I had to take a muscle relaxer because my neck and back were so tight and so stiff. I was in excruciating pain. And, so my headache is, like, pretty much gone, but I need another day in bed. Right? Put yourself number one in a good way. So, excuse me. Another reason to quit cigarettes. I'm seeing massive spiritual psychic frequencies being waged at us right now. Zero, I pray against that in Yeshua's name. Heavenly Abba, I come before you and I lift up our chat room and my video to you. Heavenly Abba, I bind and cast down lying, stealing, seducing, familiar spirits in Yeshua's name. All witches, sorcerers, people doing magic, sigil magic, voodoo, incantations, sorcery, spells, curses, trying to set devices or trying to set silver cords on us or some sort of chain and connection. I pray that's all severed and broken with the blood of the Lamb. I bind and cast down the magic and voodoo and sigil, magic, incantation, curses, rituals, sacrifices that are being done against me and this video and my chat room in Yeshua HaMashiach's name. Heavenly Abba, I pray that you fill and overflow everyone with your Holy Spirit, and please put our full armor on in Yeshua's name. Whatever these people are sending and directing towards us, may it bounce off us and be sent directly back onto them equally in Yeshua's name. If they are tampering with dark powers and principalities and demonic spirits and entities, trying to cast them out against us, may these entities, demonic spirits and principalities and powers get frustrated, upset, and turn around and go back onto the caster and get mad at the caster for summoning them and trying to send them out against Yeshua HaMashiach's people, because they're not going to win. And Satan's going to get mad at them because they're not going to win. I hope the dark powers and principalities get pissed off at the witches and sorcerers and go back onto them and attack them for them summoning these entities. May the entities take one look at us, go, oh no, you want to go after Holly Baglio and her friends? You go do it your damn self. That's what I'm hoping these dark powers and principalities, aliens, demonic forces, spirits, and entities, I'm hoping that's what they do. Go back onto the casters and wreak havoc in the enemy's camps. Heavenly Abba, please put the sword of truth between us and our enemies. Please keep us invisible to our enemies in Yeshua's name. Please do not let the spies go back to the casters to tell them what we're doing. Please send confusion, blindness, and deafness in the eyes and ears in the camp of the enemies in Yeshua's name. Holy Spirit, please help me with my prayers. To my trolls, I forgive you. I am not saying I'm sorry to you. I will never say I'm sorry to you. I, Holly Baglio, have nothing to apologize to you for. I have not done anything wrong to you. I know this, because if I thought I had done something wrong, I would have been the first one to apologize for it, and no one would have had to tell me. I would have done it on my own. Well, I have not apologized to you trolls, haters, and adversaries, because I haven't done anything wrong to you. You have, in fact, publicly belittled me, threatened me, put me down. You have harassed me and gang-stalked me, asked other people to join in your efforts to come up against me. And you're not going against me. You're actually going against Heavenly Abba, Yud-He-Vav-He, who's working inside of me. So all that trash you talk to me, you're talking it to him because he's inside of me. You're going up against him, not me. You're not hurting my feelings. You're hurting him. You will have to answer for what you're doing to him. And I am a child of God, and you are not. You're not, because you're not saved to Yeshua and baptized to him. You're not. Just because you know Jesus' name doesn't make you a Christian and an automatic one-way trip to heaven. So trolls, I forgive you. I do not apologize to you. I am not sorry to you. I've done nothing to you. But I forgive you in Yeshua's name. I forgive myself for cowering down to you. I forgive myself for letting you walk all over me. I forgive myself because in the past, I would allow you to ruin my day and get all sad and cry. Now I don't. Now I know that when you send me hate mail, I'm doing something right. I know that it ticks you off. So I'm going to keep doing it, and I'm going to keep answering to Yud-He-Vav-He. I'm going to keep serving him. I know it makes you mad because I'm exposing exactly what you're doing and what you're doing to others. You are victimizing others. I am someone you have victimized. You trolls, haters, adversaries. I do not pray for you. Actually 4 years. For 4 years now, for you trolls, haters, adversaries, I have prayed for your salvation. I have prayed for your relationship with Yeshua. I have prayed for your freedom, deliverance, and for you to be set free. I have prayed for you to have health, wealth, success, love, and riches. I have prayed for you trolls, adversaries, and haters to be deemed worthy and invited to the bridegroom feast. I even asked Heavenly Abba to give you the wedding garments to wear. Trolls, haters, and adversaries, on this 4th year, I no longer and will no longer pray for you going forward. Number 1, Yud-He-Vav-He has not called me to do it, and I've already done it for 4 years. Number 2, I have asked Yud-He-Vav-He to give me something else to do for him. So I am. I'm currently fighting homelessness. He has not called me to pray for you or do anything for you or with you. Trolls, I forgive you. But from now on, I pray. It's not that I don't pray for you. I take that back. Let me stand corrected. Oh, I pray for you. I pray that Yud-He-Vav-He have swift judgment against you. I pray that he punishes you to the nth degree, to the utmost extreme punishment that he can dole out. I pray he doles out his wrath and revenge upon you. I pray he has his revenge on you because you are going against Yeshua, you are going against the children of Abba, and you don't have him. You are tampering in the darkness. I pray he has his wrath on you. That's what I pray for you. For 4 years I have prayed nothing but great things, and you have done nothing but rip me to shreds. So I have decided that I forgive you, trolls, haters, and adversaries. Even the ones I told the police about, and I told the police about all of you, including my attorney. Hey, Mr. Burns, it's great to see you. I'll be in my chat room in a minute. So I pray for you trolls to be greeted with Yud-Hey-Vav-Hey's 7 bowls of wrath. You're not getting saved to Yeshua. You want no part of him, and you insist upon beating up his disciples. Therefore, I stop throwing my pearls before you swine. You're swine, and I will pray for swine accordingly. Anytime you want to stop and join Team Yeshua, get saved and baptized and freedom delivered, and come join Team Yeshua, you'll have a whole spiritual family waiting for you. But until then, I am no longer praying in love and sugarcoating prayers for you. They're not being answered. Obviously, your free will is being intentionally used for darkness, so I pray the darkness consumes you. May Yud-Hey-Vav-Hey lift his hand, and may the darkness have at you in Yeshua's name. That's how you treat people. May Yud-Hey-Vav-Hey treat you the same back. I forgive you, trolls, haters, infiltrators, disinformation agents. I forgive you. I do not apologize to you. I've done nothing wrong to you personally or in general. But I forgive you. And I forgive myself for not having thick skin and a strong backbone to hold it up. But that's all over with now. I forgive you guys. This does not mean that I accept you and your friendships. This does not mean that you are welcome on my pages or in my life. This does mean that you're forgiven on the terms and conditions that you stay far, far away from me and never speak to me again. Don't troll me. Don't hate on me. Stop riding my coattails. Stop trying to infiltrate me and my ministries and my personal friendships. You're forgiven. It's not forgotten, and you're not welcome in my life. But I forgive you. More importantly, I forgive myself. Susie Q, this has been going on for 4 years. They are blocked. They are ignored. They get new profiles, open them up, and come at me. They open up new email accounts and come at me. Now, forgiveness is a very big, important thing, and this is all a process. So I am sharing this process publicly. I have put up my deprogramming from MK Ultra, Super Soldier Projects, SRA, and DID. I've put this up publicly since the year 2014. I share all of this publicly, so I already know what I'm doing. But I'm sharing it publicly so those people who are going through what I'm going through know they're not alone. They have someone they can connect with and pray with. Abba's already got me. I'm just sharing this. I already have the final conclusion in my head, but I still have to go through the process of it. So I forgive you, trolls. But again, you will be blocked, deleted. I will continue to save all your hatred. How you accuse me and my ministries of trying to murder you and plotting to murder you. I have saved all the evidence. I've saved the evidence of you threatening me, my well-being, and my life. I have the evidence of you threatening to misuse police and their assets, as well as courts and their assets, with fraudulent accusations. I forgive you for all of that, but I'm going to still keep the evidence, and I will keep passing it on to law enforcement officers, my attorneys, and my support system. I'm done praying for you. Now, up until this day, I was praying for you nice, pretty things. I'm not anymore. I pray Yud-Hey-Vav-Hey's wrath be upon you. In Yeshua's name, Selah. Thank you. This feels really good. Thank you, Mr. Burns. Thank you, Danielle. Thank you, Susie Q. Thank you, Greta. Thank you, WP. Wild-hearted. If you're homeless, you're moving in with me, I'd love it. You know what I want, Mr. Burns, is for one of these churches that closed down due to an itty-bitty virus selling out Yud-Hey-Vav-Hey strength, power, and authority. I want one of these churches to donate their dust collector to me because I want to turn it into a safe house. Well, maybe not. Well, I say safe house, but it'd be like I want to turn it into a home where a bunch of people can live in it, be self-sustaining, have a garden, have sanctuary, worship Yeshua, have time and a safe place to deprogram where they can be alone if they want to, but if they want to join other people, there'll be other people they can join. If they want a hug, they can get it. If they don't want to be touched, they don't have to be touched. If they don't want to eat dinner with other people, they don't have to. But for a safe place for them to go, to be the individuals Yeshua, Yud-Hey-Vav-Hey created them to be, for them to have a place to live, to worship him, and deprogram safely. That's what I would like those churches to do. I pray in agreement with you, Susie Q. Patty, I'm glad you're here, sweetheart. Danielle, I agree with you. Don't waste my energy. The only energy that I'm using today is the energy to forgive them. I forgive them. I forgive them. I forgive their ugliness. And honestly, I feel a lot better right now. I feel a lot better. Because I'm not carrying that weight around. I'm also not cowering and hiding when they troll me. I know that their threats are empty. Now, I have gotten other threats from other groups of people, and they were not empty threats. But I take all threats seriously, whether they are empty or not empty. I take them all seriously. So there's zero tolerance for any of that garbage. So I forgive you, trolls, haters, adversaries, infiltrators, disinformation agents, and those who ride my coattails. I forgive you. But please, I must remind you, stay away from me. You are not welcome around me, my life, my home, or anything that I do on the internet. You are not welcome, and you will continue to always be not welcome. In Yeshua's name and in Holly Baglio's name, I forgive you. It's kind of like when Yeshua was being crucified and he said, Heavenly Abba, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And you got those trolls, haters, and adversaries, honestly, they got me good a couple of times. It even affected some of my personal relationships. But honestly, in the end, those personal relationships, I didn't want those people in my life. So the trolls actually did me a favor. But, trolls actually, I was supposed to fly out to California to do an interview with Facebook. They squashed that. I wasn't mad when they squashed the interview with Miles Johnston. That's fine, because I was never supposed to go on Miles Johnston or Carrie Cassidy's pages to begin with. I was never to do interviews with them. And if you're asking why I was never allowed, you would have to go back to my MK Ultra programming to get that answer. And you'd also have to ask Yeshua HaMashiach why the answer is no. So through those two things, through what happened in the Dums and through my calling with Yeshua, the answer has always been no. Have I been friends with Miles Johnston? Yes. I have not met Carrie Cassidy, though, except for, online. I go into Carrie Cassidy's chat room. I did a few years ago. Stopped in there 30 minutes, said hello to her. I walked out with 15 people trolling me. If I knew that was going to happen, I would have spared myself. And I'm not one to use fake IDs. I get in with my real name. I got something to say, I'm going to say it under my real name. But maybe in those instances on those platforms, a fake ID would be good. Because then when I leave, I won't be trailed behind by 15 haters, adversaries, trolls, people trying to discredit me, people saying that I'm lying about who I am. I lied about my life and I lied about my autobiography. Yeah, I don't need that crap. And some of these people that troll me, guys, if I told you who they are, your jaw would hit the floor. You'd be like, no way. They don't. Really, Holly? Yeah, man, I can show you the emails. I can show you. Yeah. Yeah, I have no retaliation. I have no hard feelings. I forgive them. I forgive them. I prefer Yud-Hey-Vav-Hey dole out his punishment and judgment on them. And I know full well that I will have to answer for every utterance I've ever made. I'm sure that, well, I'm not going to finish that sentence. I've gone before Yeshua. These people haven't. And when you go before Yeshua, he lets you know if you're right or wrong. I keep asking to hear Yud-Hey-Vav-Hey's voice to speak to me again audibly like he did to Noah. And then in the same breath, I'm like, boy, I hope I'm right because I'm kind of fearful of what you'd say, Heavenly Abba. However, Heavenly Abba, I'd rather you tell me, speak to me now. Tell me what's not right and tell me what's wrong so I can correct it. So I can correct it now. I want to correct it now. So I'd rather hear the truth no matter how hard it is from you so I have a chance to correct it now. Because I don't want the handwriting to be on the wall, Abba. Okay? Not with me and you. I want to know that I'm inside your will and your love. And if I'm not, tell me so I can do that. And then, of course, along comes Satan with that condemning voice going, oh, Abba's not going to tell you what to do because he doesn't want you inside of his love. He'll just leave you out there dangling. It's like, shut up, Satan. Go away with your self-condemnating voice and go away with your self-doubt. It's not mine to have anymore. Why wouldn't Abba love me and want me to be in his accordance? He created me in his image. I'm his child. He's not going to give up on me. Now, Satan, go take a hike. And that's a spiritual attack, is what I just said. Trying to make me think that Yud-Hey-Vav-Hey doesn't love me or that he would leave me. And he's not going to. Thanks, Mr. Burns. Yeah? Hey, Chris, if you want to do that, I'll take you up on it. There's a couple of people that I'm hoping. I want to do a panel with Josh Basili. I was thinking to ask him if he's free this evening. But then I asked a woman, an ex-shaman, to come on and do a video with me, which I want to reach out to her as well. And I would love to take an interview from you. There's also another girl on Facebook. I want to take her interview. She talks about, you know, those beauty pageants and child trafficking in those beauty pageants. She was exposed to that. So I want to get some people on my platform so you guys meet them and hear from them because they're amazing people. They have really cool testimonies. Hey, Zero. So I guess the trolls missed this video. We aren't supposed to feel all loving to evil people. God hates evil, and we should too. Confessing and forgiving and committing it to his hands does not mean we have to subject ourselves to evil people. Yes, Susie Q, exactly. I kept subjecting myself to them. And there were plastic Christians that basically told me, well, if you want to be a good Christian, you forgive them and you keep having a friendship and keep going on. And it's like, you guys got your heads up your ass. No, I'm not being nice to evil people. I'm not praying for these evil people. Stop forcing me to throw my pearls before swine. Oh no, Holly, you have to. You have to. We'll even sit here and pray with you for your ex. How about this? You're not making me throw my pearls before swine, and stop stalking people from my past that you've never met. Just because you know me doesn't mean, oh, Holly had an ex-husband, let's go look him up online. What the hell is wrong with you plastic Christians doing that? You never even met him, and now you're going to go stalk somebody from my past online? See, that's what people with stars in their eyes do that. That's what they do. Ooh, who did Holly marry? Ooh, who was Holly with? Ooh. And it's like, oh, great. So now you're going to become friends with my ex-husband just because he's my ex-husband. Meanwhile, he doesn't know who the hell you are, and he wants nothing to do with you. Kind of the same as me. What are you doing that crap? Even my attorney said, stop doing it to you. My attorney told you plastic Christians, stop stalking people from Holly's past that you've never met online. It looks really bad. You cannot be a part of Holly's support system if you're stalking people online from her past that she does not want in her life. And here you are stalking them online. You never met them, and you're reporting back to her what they're doing. Stop doing that to Holly. You're not a support system to Holly if you're doing that. That's being handled right there. That's more for a handler than an infiltrator. Or it's both. Compromise, it's hard to communicate. Can you get a new email, Patty? I heard Proton Mail's good. I want to open up one on Proton Mail because I hear that's like end-to-end user encrypted. Same with WhatsApp. I got to talk to my friend from the UK the other day for like 2.5 hours on my cell phone. I was like, woohoo! I didn't have to pay $60 to Straight Talk for the month for an international plan. I've got WhatsApp, so now it's unlimited. I just got a standby Wi-Fi. But I saw on the WhatsApp that's end-to-end encrypted. Last night on Facebook, I was having a private call with someone, and we were talking about the vaccines and the mark of the beast, and even the COVID testing. Precisely, we were talking about the COVID testing. And do you know that our private video call was terminated? About an hour later, I get up, do another private video call with someone else. But this time I'm talking about health and money issues. My call wasn't terminated. But when we were talking about the vaccines through Facebook Messenger, they terminated our call. It started cutting in and out. So I think WhatsApp is good. We can talk on there, but I got an issue giving out my cell phone number. I just don't. So if WhatsApp has a way for me to get a second phone number, and I could give that second phone number out to people, and they could use that second phone number, that would be fine. But I'm not giving out my home number. Only my close friends have my home telephone number. My friends in my ministries. And if anybody outside of that gets a hold of my number, I kid you not, instantly that day on that moment, I change my phone number, and then I have to call up everybody again and say, I hate to do this to you, but guess who got my phone number? Now I got to change it. And it wasn't me that gave it out either. I don't give it out. I encourage people to get in touch with me on like Instagram, Twitter, Skype, and other places. Man, you know, there's something to the last time I ran a video, and this time, I had a feeling. And that's why I ran this video the way I ran it, and I said what I said, because I'm fishing for something. And I think I just found it too. But I guess they're having an issue because, what was it, yesterday they sent me emails from 2 different new email addresses. And I think you're only allowed to open up 2 new accounts per month or 2 new accounts every 3 months. So they've exceeded their account opening to come back and tell me off. So they're probably going to have to wait 30 days to come back and tell me off about this video. But don't you worry. They will write down word for word what I said, recite it back to me, and then proceed to tell me off. They told me that they are not mapping. What is it? They're not they're monitoring me. I'm being monitored, guys. Monitored. So they're taking my private diary. They're taking my healing platforms. They're taking my friendships. They're taking my group therapy. They're taking everything that Yudhe Vave gave me. They're taking it out of context and using it against me. So, enough about that. Heavenly Abba, is there anything else that I need to say about infiltrators? They try to become friends with everybody that you're friends with. They follow your footsteps to a T. Be very careful of that. I think that's about it. Surprise you, Holly? Best to use, downloaded for browser. Yeah, I'm gonna open up a Proton Mail account. I agree with you, Susie Q. I love talking to you, Susie Q. Oh, get this. Hang on. I was talking with the Montauk survivor, and they were telling me how they went to a church to get help, but like the church would like physically hold them down and end up hurting them, like for like when you go to work out MK Ultra and SRA issues and you go to a church and you're doing a freedom deliverance or what have you. This Montauk survivor was telling me how they, a couple of different times they had gone to church and you know, whatever had happened in the situation, I guess the situation just heated up and like the church members would go and grab onto the survivor and hold them tightly, not let them leave the room, and like causing physical harm to their body. But yeah, churches, physical churches, I can even tell you my physical church, my home, they don't know how to handle abuse. They're like, oh yeah, I've heard about it, but I don't know anything about it. Yeah, Holly, you're going to have to sell everything, get rid of your cat and dog, and go into a boarding house because I don't know anything about SRI, DID, MK Ultra. I don't know anything about satanic abuse. I know nothing about satanic rituals, but I'm a pastor preaching from the pulpit of a church. But Holly, I can't help you with satanic ritual abuse because I'm a pastor of a church and I don't know anything about satanic rituals. So because I don't know anything, you have to give up your home and everything else, and we'll put you in a boarding house where I can, like, check in on you once a week to make sure you're okay. Because you having your own place, your own car, standing on your feet, taking care of your cat and dog, paying your own bills, doing your own thing, coming and going as you please. Yeah, your independence, yeah, that's bad because I don't understand satanic rituals. That's bad what you're doing. I got to take you, knock you off your keister, strip you of everything that you built up with Yudhe Vave since 2014. I need to take you out of that and put you in a boarding house because I don't know how to handle satanic ritual abuse. And because I don't, we're going to have to take you away from everything good that Yudhe Vave and you built up. Put you someplace bad because I don't understand it. But I'm the pastor of a church preaching from the pulpit. Now, first of all, you go, wow, Holly, that's amazing. You know, you go from not being able to talk, sleeping on your attorney's couch, to renting your own home on a 70-acre farm, and you're paying your internet bill, you're taking your cat and dog to the vet, you go and visit your friends on Friday nights, you go hang out with them, you'll go to Newark and hang out with your friends for a night or two. go street preaching, which I actually did. I was scared shitless. Anyway, yeah, Holly, you can't do any of that. Yeah, people that don't understand satanic ritual abuse, like, they think that you have to start from rock bottom with them so they can help you. They can't just go, well, Holly, you made it from not talking to renting your own place on a 70-acre farm. Well, let me pat you on the back for that. What can I help you with? What can we improve? What can we make better? What else is there? So you got your home. All right. Are you eating all the time? Are you doing that? Let's focus on your nutrition. What's next? Hey, let's focus on your exercise. Let's focus on your Holy Bible studies. So, yeah, churches, they don't know what the hell they're doing. They're ill-equipped, unprepared, undereducated. I mean, pastors from pulpits can't help me regarding satanic ritual abuse. How do you get to be preaching from a pulpit if you don't understand SRA? Right there, you should be stripped of the pulpit. Susie Q, I am so sorry, sweetheart. Yeah, plastic Christians, twinkle toes, sugar coaters, Holy Bible scripture cherry pickers, the plastic Christians. Even the plastic Christians enable evil. I was in a situation. Oh, Holly, your friend I'm not using my friend's name. She's a good friend. I was actually in her chat room last night. Oh, Holly, so-and-so, your good friend, she's being dragged to court and this, that, the other thing, and then there's trolls, and these trolls are doing this and that. Holly, I think that we need to pay and get you an attorney. We'll pay, the, what do you call it? What is that? When you give them that $15,000 deposit. Oh, we'll go find an attorney and we'll pay the retainer for that attorney, because you're going to need an attorney because your friend online is being dragged through the mud by a bunch of people on the internet, and we're just so scared, and we know that she's confiding in you and all this stuff that she's confiding in you, Holly. We need to get you an attorney. We'll pay for the retainer. This is like real scary, Holly. Right? Okay. Handlers, infiltrators, plastic Christians, I'm sure this situation can fall under all three categories. Mainly plastic Christians. Okay, now turn around and you take the trolls I've been dealing with. God forbid they get my phone number. I have to change it. They hang up, call. Then they pass my phone number around to their friends who hang up, call. I pick up the phone and they're screaming God knows what on the other line. They send me hate mail. They make terrible videos about me. They threaten my life. They literally threaten my life. They threaten my well-being. They threaten my home. They try to destroy things in my life. Okay, so I go through this hell. That the trolls I have will mimic being an ex to me. When I get in an argument with my boy, this is why I don't talk about my romantic life online, okay? When I get in a disagreement with my lover, my significant other here, you guys don't know anything about it. You don't even know that he exists. Are you listening to me? Because I've been saying that I got married since this past summer, but nobody's listening, especially the trolls. So anyway, I get in a disagreement with my lover. Well, this time, with this lover, those trolls can't get online and mimic him or mimic being his friends and say, oh, Holly, you're lying. He didn't beat you up. Pull your big girl pants up. Meanwhile, I got a fractured cheekbone, zip tie scars on my wrist. I was thrown down a set of stairs, and you're going to tell me to pull up my big girl pants, and now you're imitating the person who did it, and you're imitating those person's friends, and now you're victimizing me more, telling me I'm a pussy and to pull up my big girl pants. Yo, trolls, let me throw you down a bunch of stairs with zip ties on your wrists, and then tell you, don't you dare cry. Stand up and pull up your big girl pants and march back up the stairs. I don't want to hear it. You should have bounced. So anyway, that's what the trolls do. I mean, it's terrible. So, all right. So I turn around and I'm going through massive garbage with people personally attacking me. You know what that plastic Christian does? Oh, Holly, just block and ignore them. Block and ignore. Holly, why are you getting upset? First of all, assholes, I'm not upset. I'm very animated when I talk. And if you knew me, truly knew me, you would know I am animated when I talk. I'm not necessarily feeling the animation I am portraying to you, but I am being animated to add to the conversation so you know exactly my mindset, my mood. You know exactly what I mean and exactly what I'm saying because of the tone I'm using in my voice. There is no mistaking it. So I'm animated to make sure you understand what I'm trying to articulate and convey. I'm trying to make it easier for you. Oh, Holly, just block and ignore, block and ignore. Okay, you idiot. I've already been doing that. But listen to me. I've been doing it for longer than you've known I've been alive, okay? You've got no idea what I've been through with the trolls. But I just told you guys in this video about Angelica, New York. I've been showing you the email. I've been proving to you what I go through. And you guys are new to me. The trolling of me is an old situation. I don't need your advice. I'm not looking for your advice. Your prayers, yes. Your camaraderie and your support, reassurance, yes. Absolutely. I already know to block and delete. This is a very old situation. Anyway. So this plastic Christian is ready to go spend absorbent amounts of money in a retainer to get an attorney because someone Holly Baglio, know, is being dragged through the mud with other people online. And because of that situation, they're ready to get an attorney. Now, mind you, I got nothing to do with that situation at all. Nothing. I am just friends to the person. We have a personal friendship offline. I'm just consoling them and comforting them. I have nothing to do with that situation. The plastic Christian is ready to drop a ton of money for a retainer and attorney. But when I personally am confronted with those trying to take me to court, making false accusations against me, trying to find out my location and phone number, and they're telling me they're going to drag me and my ministries into court because me and my ministries are plotting murder, says the troll. Okay, the plastic Christian won't get an attorney for that. Oh, no. Why would you get an attorney for Holly Baglio who's going through that? With all of those threats, and then, all of these accusations against Holly, the trolls are saying how there's warrants for Holly in other states, and she's a drug dealer across lines, and they're saying all sorts of bullshit about Holly. Yeah, we're not going to get Holly an attorney and drop $15,000 for a retainer for an attorney for Holly to be protected from the trolls. Oh, no. That plastic couple will only get an attorney to cover Holly when it's regarding somebody else. But if it's pertaining specifically to Holly, oh, no, we're not getting an attorney specifically for Holly. It's got to be for all bullshit, but not specifically for Holly when it counts, when it matters, and when it's needed. That's a plastic Christian. That is also a handler. I'd say it's somebody that's more twisted than I am, and I'm the MK Ultra victim. But I should have figured something was wrong when they're telling me, oh, we get a pre-trib rapture. Pray with us for the rapture. No, I'm not going to pray with you. Don't include me in those prayers. It's false doctrine. But yet you sit down at the table, they got to touch you, and then in the prayer, you know what they do? They're rude and inconsiderate, and at the end they sneak in, oh, and come quickly and rapture us out of here in Yeshua's name. In Jesus' name, let it be, let it be, let it be so. Hurry, come quick with the rapture, Jesus, let it be so. Excuse you, I told you I don't pray for false doctrine like you. You're telling me a pre-trib rapture, you're going to go get a glorified body up in heaven, and Jesus is going to bring you back down here as one of the 144,000, so you can walk up so you can help other people walk up to get their heads chopped off. So you're going to escort people to be murdered for Jesus as one of the 144,000 once you've gotten a glorified body and he raptures you pre-trib. Now that set my MK Ultra off. That set my MK Ultra off for a damn near year. So you can take that rapture and shove it. So can those plastic Christians. And no, just because I don't believe in your crap doesn't mean I'm going to go through a woe, or if we did have a rapture, I'm going to be left behind. Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh is not going to undo his word to accommodate you plastic Christians. And don't be assholes and sneak that in at the very end of the prayer while I'm praying for you. When you know I don't like it, I'm not with it. From now on, keep your hands to yourself. You guys don't ever need to touch me. And plus, you guys pull that bullshit, sneaking it in. I don't pray in agreement. Don't include me in that. And no, don't include me in the entire prayer. The whole prayer is going to drop on the floor because of that. I'm not in agreement. Don't even include me. You guys pray for your fake crap with each other. Leave me out of it. You set my MK Ultra programming off to the point I'm about ready to burn my birth certificate and social security card, thinking that grandma and papa's fake. You plastic Christians, man. You plastic Christians got no idea the damage you do. And then you turn around and go, oh, me? What, me? But I was just being led by the Holy Spirit. No, you weren't. You're not affiliated with any ministries. You've had no sort of education, experience, or anything. You think the Holy Spirit just gave you knowledge, and because it feels like a good idea and you got stars in your eyes, you're just going to go help a victim. And meanwhile, it's not your calling, and Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh is not leading you to do it. This is an idea you came up with all on your own, absent of him. You're not testing the spirits, because if you test the spirits, you'd know that your whole rapture crap is false. Stop spreading it. I call you into repentance. And also, you need to go back to all those people that you told is going to be raptured, and you need to tell them that you were wrong, and you repent to Yeshua, and you repent to that person for misleading them in false doctrine. I've heard of an Exodus. I believe in the 7th trumpet and 2 resurrections. None of this rapture stuff. I've heard of a second Exodus, and I believe in the 7th trumpet and 2 resurrections. If you want to talk about the 7th trumpet when we hear Abba call for us, we're all going to hear him call our each own individual name, and we're going to see him in the air. And you want to talk about the first of 2 resurrections happening at the 7th trumpet. The 6th trumpet, Satan's revealed. 7th trumpet, Yeshua's revealed. Right? We can talk about the 7th trumpet and the first resurrection all you want, because Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh showed me the 7th trumpet being sounded in a dream, and I was in kindergarten for it. And Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh gave me a second dream November 2014, and he showed me, he used my personal death experience in this life for me to understand the dream that he was showing me about the 2 resurrections. He showed me I was either still alive at the time, and or that I am in the first resurrection. Because how the dream went is Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh showed me him resurrecting me. He used the personal life experience I had in 2007 when I was strangled to death on my own kitchen floor. He used that experience in the dream. So in the dream, he's standing above. The scenery is blank. There's nothing around. So it's not a place on earth, and it's not heaven. It's just the scenery in the background is blank. Focus on the dream. Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh's there looking down. He's there. He uses my death experience from 2007. He shows me that in the dream. So he resurrects me in the dream. As I'm standing there, I see a whole bunch of people and some good spiritual beings rise. It looked like huge. I mean, talk about a lot of people. I see the first resurrection and some spiritual beings come back to life, and they literally just stand up from the ground upright. And then a second resurrection happens. And then I see a second group of people stand up and rise for a second resurrection. They're all brought back to life. And I'm standing there, I'm looking at them, and I'm looking at the spiritual beings, and I'm looking at Heavenly Abba. Now, some of the spiritual beings, meaning they're not human. So it's humans resurrect and some spiritual beings in 2 resurrections. And that was a dream. In November 2014, I brought that to Nikki Pratt, and she helped me sort through it. That's when I stopped with this rapture hubbub. That was what created by John Smith in the Baptist Church. I know it to be created by the elites and the dumbs, because the Christian pre-trib rapture, that was created by the elite bloodlines. And it's the same thing as the alien ascension. People talk about higher vibrations and higher meditation levels and different dimensions and an alien ascension. It's all fake. It's all false. They got Project Genesis, which is Project Bluebeam. They're going to fake all this stuff. So that's how I personally understand it. I can talk about that. I can talk about the 7th trumpet and the 2 resurrections. We can talk about the 2nd Exodus. We can talk about the 144,000. We can talk about Yud-Hei's remnant, the people that Yud-Hei Vav-Hei has set aside purposefully for the time of the Great Tribulation. We can talk about the remnant. But yeah, the rapture we can't talk about because you're going to set my MK Ultra programming off. It always does. And it's really irritating and frustrating. That's why I get that tone in my voice where it's like, come on, guys. Again, you bring up rapture. Again, it feels like you're purposefully, intentionally trying to set off the MK Ultra programming. Like, are you trying to do that? It's getting old, guys, and I'm starting to get pissed. Either stick to what Yud-Hei Vav-Hei spoke, word for word, black and white, or get it out of your mouth. You either stick to his living logos, the way he worded it, the way he said it, the way he meant it, or drop it. Stay away from me, cherry pickers. Stay away from me, people that are interpreting a word. Okay, Yud-Hei Vav-Hei spoke his living logos, and then he gave us parables to give us the interpretation of what he said. Yud-Hei Vav-Hei doesn't need these plastic Christians adding their own personal solipsisms and opinions and their own personal interpretations on top of Yud-Hei Vav-Hei's interpretations. He already gave us parables and examples. He already interpreted it for us, so your job is done for you. You don't need to interpret it. That's what I can't stand about some of these people. Hey, Jamie, it's good to see you. I haven't been able to talk to you, Luke, or James. I definitely want to talk to you, Jamie. There's something on my mind that I'd like to bring up with you, to you. I'm not sure when. Hopefully either today or tomorrow. Lord. No, Susie, I'm not getting on you. I'm sorry, I'm not getting on you. When it comes to my immediate support system, Susie Q, yes, I will get on them about it. When it comes to my Holy Bible study groups, my personal ones, yes, I will get on them about it. That's who I mean it to, is my support system and my Holy Bible study groups. If you really want me to be honest, I will. Now my close friends are like, oh, thanks a lot, Holly. Well, listen, there are things you don't like about me, so no, I can't do that rapture. I can't do it. I think it goes back to the MK Ultra and the programming, and it just sets me off. I'm sorry to you, Susie Q. Please, I'm sorry. I apologize to you. Please forgive me. I guess that's like a real big limitation for me. And just the situations I was in definitely didn't help. They probably pushed me to be at the end of my chain. So I will learn patience and compassion. But now I take this up in my Holy Bible study groups all the time. I'm not trying to give them a hard time, but if I don't talk about these things and face these things, then I'm not going to have a chance at getting past them. So, yeah, my Holy Bible study group will talk about the second Exodus, and they'll talk about the seventh trumpet and the two resurrections, so I can understand it. And so when I go back to read the Holy Bible, then I can take what they're talking about and see it in the Holy Bible and see where it is in the Holy Bible and continue on dialogue with Heavenly Abba over it. But no, I've struggled a lot. Eagles Wings Ministries given me a lot of patience, and I owe her a huge apology. I never meant to mock her or be mean, but she's like spent years with me in this rapture. And she's an incredibly great, strong, phenomenal woman who's really put up with me and my altar shit about this rapture and about Lucifer. She's really, really helped me a lot. And in 2019, all of those Holy Bible studies that her and I did went out the window because I was around plastic Christians. And so then in 2020, when her and I got back to doing Holy Bible studies again, my altar mocked her, and I feel bad, but my altar mocked her, and she then had to go through all this grueling work again to stop the MK Ultra from spinning and to get my head back on Yud Hey Vav Hey's living logos. So she keeps it black and white for me, and she keeps it very simple, and she uses the same words that I'm saying in my Bible. She's using those same words to explain things to me. So, like the plastic Christians are using rapture. Well, I can't find that word in my Holy Bible. To me, rapture is, that already happened, right? I married Yeshua HaMashiach December 12, 2014 at Jonathan Kahn's ministry, face-to-face. I was there 3 times, but I was there. I married Yeshua. He's my golden bow. I'm his white-hot silver arrow, and together we're a perfect team. I'm already raptured in his love. He raptured me. So to me, I was raptured December 12, 2014 in his love. So that's what I know a rapture to be, is when he raptures us in his love. And that's what happened for me to start calling him my golden bow. Was that to me was the rapture. A rapture. The rapture. However, I don't know how, I'm not trying to be I just wanted to explain myself more, that was all. Candace! Yes, of course. As soon as we have it again, Candace. Absolutely. Doug Facet's online. I encourage him to do a channel. Bride Ministries is growing. Oh, yeah, I tune into Bride Ministries rocks. Candace, thank you so much. Duvall's prayers that are free. Free, everybody. They are free. I love this. I look up to people that are like this. Candace, I love Daniel Duvall because he takes all of his prayers and he puts them up online for free, which means I don't have to buy a book because I don't have money, which means I don't have to read through a whole bunch of fluff to get to the prayers that I need to pray at that precise moment. Because it's more like, oh, shots, I'm under spiritual warfare. Drop everything, run to the computer or run to the bookshelf and get prayers and start praying immediately. Daniel Duvall has them right there. I don't need to hear this. Oh, but like, I have a book. I'm like selling it, and like, if you pay me like $20, you can read this really big fat like book, and I put everything in there. So there's fluffy stuff, and that is all through the book. So you're pretty much gonna have to get a magnifying glass to find the needles in the haystack, and once you find the needles, then you'll find the prayers that you need to pray. And then you can pray it. Yeah, I don't need that. No. That's not good to me. That's useless to me. Just give me the prayers. We can talk about them afterwards. Yudhe Vavhe can explain the prayers to me as I'm praying for him. I need the prayers now. I'm under spiritual attack now. You can show me the fluff later. So, thank you, Bride Ministries. You rock. The bride of Christ, and Yeshua is the groom. I heard of the bridegroom sermon. Jonathan Kahn speaks of it, and that is what made Yudhe Vavhe feel approachable, obtainable, lovable, and reachable, was when it was put to me in the bridegroom feast. It's a story in the Holy Bible, and it is said that it's a story. I think people run with it a little too much, but it's a story, and this is how it personally helped me. Yeshua is the groom. The bride is the church. Well, actually, I take that back. Okay, the bride is the church, yes. Okay, but look inside the church. Who's inside the church? Children of God are inside the church. Look at the children of God. Who is that? The bride of Christ. So look at the people. The people are the bride of Christ. Yeshua is the groom. We're being called out of the church, so I got to be careful with and how I say it. But what attracted me on a personal level is Yeshua is the groom, I'm the bride. I am saved, baptized, freedom, delivered, and serving him. Him. I'm ordained to him. He's my groom. He's a perfect man. Last I heard, he died single. I am a flawed, finite female, single myself. I want to be married. I want a husband. I'm going to take Yeshua, my groom. He's not only going to be my Savior, but now he's going to be my groom. He's going to be my husband. He's going to be in that place in my life, that void to fill for me. So Yeshua is my groom. He's my golden bow. I am his bride. I'm his white hot silver arrow. Holy white hot silver arrow. Right? So he's going to come get me, the bride. He's going to protect me. He's going to have wrath against all those evil people that victimize me and put me in a cage. He's going to have wrath on them. Him and I are going to be joined eternally forevermore. All praise and glory to him, my golden bow, my Savior in human, Yudhe Vavhe, in human form. I only accept his Holy Spirit. So I put Yeshua in that husband place to fill that void in my life. And it was the bridegroom feast, the way Jonathan Kahn talks about it, that made me fall in love with Yeshua. It made him feel attainable and reachable. It made me start to connect to him. And it brought me closer to him. So that's the story that Yudhe Vavhe roped me with. So the Holy Bible is the most beautiful love story ever written. And I love Yeshua HaMashiach with all my heart. And he's my golden bow. I think the Holy Bible is the most beautiful story written of how God so loved the world, how Yeshua so much loves us, how we so much love him, how we're chasing after him, how we love our companion, the Holy Spirit, while we're living, our seek after Yudhe Vavhe, our Heavenly Abba. So that's what wrote me, was the bridegroom feast. Hey, Sage, it's good to see you. How are you, sweetheart? Yeah, so Yeah. And when he returns, on his second return, me and my altars are going to ask him, well, we got the ring on our finger now. We are married now since December 12, 2014, when we heard Jonathan Cahn in person speak about the bridegroom feast and the Jewish traditions of marriage. That was my marriage. But when he returns, I'm going to ask him, will you marry me? Will you, will you? I know people laugh at me for that. And that's not right that they do. It is right that I love Yeshua that much. It is wrong to be laughed at for it. And who knows? He might just say yes. But if not, it doesn't matter, because I'm still one of his brides, so to speak. I'm a part of the bridal party, right? A man would say, well, I'm a part of the bridal party. A man wouldn't say I'm the bride and Jesus is my wife, right? That kind of freaks me out. It freaks me and my altars out when guys say I'm the bride. It does. It makes me uneasy. When a guy says, well, I'm the bride and Yeshua is my husband, I don't like it. Now, if a guy says, well, I'm a part of the bridal party and Yeshua is the groom to the bridal party, then I can accept that. I'm a groomsman to the bride in the bridal party, and Yeshua is the groom. I could get that. I can understand it then. Whatever. I'm the best man of the bride and the bridal party to Yeshua the groom. Then I can understand that. Oh, forgive me. Oh, no, you're fine, wild-hearted. Don't worry, sweetheart. Yeah, men are also part of the church. You're right. I agree. They're a part of the bride's bridal party with Yeshua as the groom, and we're all headed for a bridegroom feast. Yes, my finite, human, flawed mind. I'm flawed, Susie. I'm flawed. I also have male altars, too, so I do have male altars. So some of these comments are stemming from my male altars as well, where maybe they, as male altars, feel better at saying, no, I'm teasing. I'm not teasing about the male altars, but I am joking around otherwise. I probably sound like I'm passing judgment or critical, but I'm not. I'm just talking. It's just... Yep, I was right. I want to reiterate, and this is a very opportune time. Does my camera work? I want to reiterate, guys, I love you guys in my chat room. I love my support system. I love my ministries. Thank you for being here so much during this time of forgiveness and moving forward and moving on. I want to reiterate the fact that I forgive the trolls, the haters, the adversaries, and those who ride my coattails, trying to discredit me, trying to make me feel bad, or trying to ruin my day. The trolls are never going to go away, guys, and they're going to be relentless. But at this time, while they are currently trolling me, I would like to make it an opportunity to say, I forgive you trolls that are currently at this second trolling me. I pray Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh has his wrath on you. In Yeshua's name I pray, Selah. I feel so much better. Oh my goodness, guys, this is great because I get to deal with forgiveness, which is huge. And I'm going to do a big show on forgiveness and what I'm going through right now. But I can't give specifics. I don't want people throwing up stumbling blocks. But when I tell you, you guys are going to go, what? Really? You're going to like it. You're going to like it. but I got to get through it. But right now, to be able to forgive someone that has actions and vocabulary against me and forgive them while they are actively doing it, and with you guys here, I just want to say all praise and glory to Yud-Hey Vav-Hey for Yeshua HaMashiach. All praise, worship, and glory to Yud-Hey Vav-Hey, that at this time I have fully overcome the horrors and effects of trolling. Although they are still relentlessly trolling me, I have overcome it. It doesn't affect me. I have risen above it because of Yud-Hey Vav-Hey. And I stand here currently forgiving them and those who have actions against me right now and that have had these heinous actions against me for 4 years. Yud-Hey Vav-Hey, thank you for not letting this upset me, my feelings, my emotions, my video. Thank you for keeping me on target with my video. Thank you. I pray going forward that when this happens again, and I'm receiving hate mail and people are trolling me actively, I pray that you continue to get me through smooth sailing of it. Thank you, Yeshua HaMashiach, and thank you to my chat room. You guys are my friends and support system. Hey, I love you, Beaver. I was going to reach out to you yesterday. Oh, geez, thanks, Beaver. You're forgiven, I guess. Thou shalt not covet. I am Yeshua's bride. I'm really humbled, Susie Q. Thank you. But I actually have to thank you guys for being here with me through it, so you bear witness to what I'm going through and the healing process, and to know that, yes, I just received more hate mail. Yes, my speculations and assumptions were right about the infiltrators. I would like to add extra prayers for the protection and safety of Through the Black. Right here and now, I would like you guys to pray the infiltrators be exposed and banished from Through the Black. I pray for Through the Black's protection, and I pray against incoming attacks and retaliation attacks on Through the Black in Yeshua HaMashiach's name. Thank you for the confirmation, Yeshua HaMashiach. I was really wondering, and thank you very much. Selah. I miss four-wheelers. Yeah. But thank you guys for being here during it. I really appreciate that a lot. I feel a lot better too. Is my camera working? Does it work? No. My camera's stalled out. I don't know why. I don't know if I should press that. Video capture. No. Why? I don't want it to deactivate. I want it to, refresh. And it's not refreshing. Will OBS camera work? No. Haha, I got it working again. Okay. The am I. Okay, wait 1 second. Hang on, I'm trying to get closer. My sweethearts. Who am I gaslighting? I am on my own page for 2 hours talking to my friends who I watch my own videos. Who am I gaslighting? Every time I'm on the internet, I leave a footprint. Was I gaslighting the chat rooms I was in last night? Dan Badondi? Digital Soldier? No, I wasn't gaslighting them. I'm not gaslighting. Who am I gaslighting? Myself? Look at you guys. And you guys are my age. I'm 46, and this is what you do. Some of the trolls even have children. So if this is what they're doing in their spare time, guess what the next generation of humans is going to turn out to be? And what are they going to be like? That. Their parents. Have I ever listened to myself talk? Yeah, I have. And you know what? I kind of enjoy it, to be honest with you. Even more than that, you know what? My friends enjoy listening to me talk. What's wrong with you that you don't have your own channel and are talking? Do people not like listening to you talk? Don't worry, I forgive you. I just hope that you turn to Yeshua so he can forgive you, is what I'm hoping. Hey, warning signs, it's good to see you. Am I at least texting the right number? I haven't changed my number. That's what you're asking me. Since the last time I spoke to you. I forgot to call them back. I thought I added it. I haven't gotten a text from you. But I got the same number if that's what you're asking. Okay, Jamie, I'll try to get back to you. I need to talk to you anyway about something. I gotta go. I'm gonna make breakfast. I'm making eggs, cheese on a bagel. I ate 3 times yesterday. My appetite came back. And I'm cooking at home. I'm not going out and cooking. I'm actually cooking here. And I notice that when I cook here and I'm cooking the foods in my own kitchen and I cook here, I eat. When I'm always down at the firehouse and I cook down at the firehouse, I don't eat at all. So I'm thinking that it's just something like with the programming, or it's just something mental where I feel more comfortable to prepare foods in my house. I know how they're handled, prepared, and cleaned, and cooked appropriately. I think it's that I want to know, my kitchen is spotless, and I want to just make sure the food is cooked good, and then I eat. I eat a lot. And I'm hungry. I want to go cook breakfast. I mean, the firehouse is clean. Don't get me wrong. I think it's just something mental. That I have like a mental block in my head. I do struggle with appetite and appetite issues like chewing, swallowing, and then even feeling food in my stomach can sometimes feel weird. Oh no. Oh, there goes this e-cig. Yes. Uh-oh. Hey guys, you want to see an e-cig? I wish I bought 2 of them. It is fancy. I thought brown would be ugly. I wish I bought black again, but I didn't. This one, silver, because I'm Yeshua's holy, white hot, silver arrow, so silver, right? I get these cheap, and I'm always breaking them constantly. Like every 3 months, I got to get a new one. Every 2 months, I got to get a new one. So I get them real cheap from this guy off the internet. I love them. I'm like, I love you, but not romantically. I just love you and your business for you giving them to me dirt cheap. This one. Look, doesn't that look fancy? right? It looks like it's gold, but it's brown. I got brown eyes. Brown eyes are my favorite color. Yeshua has green eyes. In the spirit, though, they look like fire. But anyway, it's brown. But this one, like, looks like, this e-cig looks really classy, I think. It's brown, though. I wish I got two of them. Because they look, you know. So, this one's brown, but it's kind of gold. I could get away with saying, nope, that's for my golden bow. And I'm the silver arrow. I love blue eyes. I'm a sucker for blue eyes. I've always been a sucker for blue eyes. I'm sorry. Brown eyes. Brown. What am I saying? I take that back. Brown eyes. I've always been a sucker for brown eyes. Brown eyes, brown eyes, brown eyes. I'm a sucker for brown eyes. My ex-husband had blue eyes. Oh my goodness. Beautiful blue eyes. I don't like blue eyes. I like green eyes. Like if I could get those like fake contact lenses, I get ones for green because I always wanted green eyes personally. My grandfather had one blue eye and one gray eye. But no, my favorite color is brown eyes. I'm a sucker for brown eyes. I love brown eyes. They get me every time. It's like, you got brown eyes? Okay, the answer's yes. Sure, yes. Everybody will be like, Holly, look, I got brown eyes, I got brown eyes. No, I love brown eyes. I've always loved brown eyes. Always brown eyes. Yeah, I'm quitting right now, too, cigarettes. I want to run out and buy a pack, but I'm not going to. When I go out later, I pray not to buy a pack. If I can get through today and tomorrow not smoking, and then Sunday. Sunday will be like the hardest day, honestly. Then I'll be good. Because it takes me like 5 days to get used to not smoking a cigarette, and then the initial withdrawal is over. But I am going back to this. This is my other e-cig, but it's on its way out because I dropped it 3 times. But I like this one because of the design. It looks like those 70 designs, you know, on the clothes with the whooshes and swirls. Kind of looks 70s like. This is another one. I like this one. But I like the brown one the best because it looks like something you would take to like a dinner party. Like this is something you'd like take to a rock concert, right? Yeah. PB&J. Oh, which would you miss? Morgan, Game, Check. You mean this? Or the other one? I think you saw him, Susie Q, because I have this one because of the swirls. And then the brown one. If you want, I can show it to you again. It's right here. I liked it. This is my favorite. Like, I'm never going to use it because it's my favorite. I know it's going to happen, though. This will probably end up breaking within February. I've already dropped it 3 to 5 times. So then when I go to, I'll call up my friend. Can I have 2 new ones? This one I like. And I think this one goes better, like brown hair, brown eyes. But yeah, I gotta eat. I'm starving. Oh, and I went to the doctor for my sinus infection. I stepped on the scale. I was like mortified. I'm like, I lost my cheeks. I look like Skeletor again. I'm 115 pounds. This is terrible. If I lose 5 more pounds, that's it. It's all over with. I step on the scale and the doctor, I get off the scale, we go back to his office, I sit down, and he looks at my chart. He goes, I don't see why you're so upset, Holly. He goes, when did I see? He goes, you were here about a year ago. And I had seen him about a year ago because I had visited Jersey. And I was up there, and on one of my last trips, I went to visit my doctor, and he weighed me. He's like, I don't see why you're so upset. He goes, you weigh the exact same thing now that you weighed last year in 2019. And do you know what the people last year in 2019 were telling me? Oh, you don't eat. You don't eat. They were constantly up my ass and driving me nuts. You don't eat. If you don't eat, we're taking you to the hospital. I don't like your gas station food. I don't like your cooking. I don't eat vegetables. Mind your own business. I'm in my 40s. Abba's got me. I got me. No. Oh, if you don't eat, we're going to take you to the hospital. You're losing weight. You're losing weight. When Jody started getting on my ass about eating, they were like, oh, good. As long as she's on your ass, we'll leave you alone. So Jody and I would tell them that Jody's hounding me to eat. And meanwhile, Jody was like, I'm not going to drive you nuts like they are. I know why you're not eating. They're fucking driving you nuts. You got to get out. I'm like, I know. So when you got somebody constantly at you, you're going to lose weight. You're going to lose weight. You're too skinny. You're not eating. You're too skinny. You're not eating. Holly, you're going to lose weight. You're going to lose weight. You're too skinny. You're not eating. When you got somebody at you like that for months on end, yeah, you know what's going to happen? You're going to end up losing weight and not eating because you had people drilling you, telling you you're losing weight, you're not eating, you're not eating, you're losing weight, you're losing weight, you're going to lose weight, you're losing weight. Look, you're losing weight. No, you're feeding negativity into me. You're speaking death in me. You're trying to get me to convince myself that what's coming out of your two lips is the truth, and it's not. I weigh the same right now as I did last year. Nothing about my weight has changed. I didn't lose weight. I didn't lose any weight. But here I am sitting here criticizing me, and of course, I exaggerate and when it comes to me, and I'm always down on myself, and I'm always putting myself down, and I'm saying I'm so skinny, look at me, I'm losing weight, see, I'm losing weight. So here I am telling myself now, because the plastic Christians before used to say, you're losing weight, you're not eating, you're losing weight, you're not eating. So now I'm telling you, well, I'm losing weight, I'm losing weight. Yeah, because they told me not to eat. They told me to lose weight. And now here I am reiterating the words to lose weight. Anyway, I stepped on the scale last week. Turns out I weigh the same this year as I did last year. Don't believe everything you hear, guys. Worse than that, don't recite it back what you hear if it's like that. Obviously, these people don't have anybody's best interest in mind because of that whole reverse psychology crap. Whatever they do, you know, if you hear it long enough, then you'll start to believe it. Yeah, well, I heard crap from them long enough to the point that I did start believing it. I don't know whether that's a handler, infiltrator, or wolf in sheep's clothing, but it's not right. None of it is. I may have lost a couple of pounds. A couple. But I weigh the same right now as I did last year when I was around the plastic Christians. Actually, I saw him, it wasn't January, I saw him in, November or December. I saw my doctor in November and December because the plastic Christians kept getting sick, and they got pissed when I said, don't touch me, don't touch my food. When you're sick, stay away. I'm fully disabled. I have autoimmune problems. Stay away from me. You are knowingly sick. Why are you purposefully coming around me, invading my personal space, touching me when you have a fever and you're icky and I can feel you sick? Why are you touching my food? What happened? Got sick. A couple weeks pass, they get sick again, and I say, don't touch my food, don't touch me. I am reiterating my boundaries that you have been blowing down and blowing through, ignoring my limits, ignoring my boundaries. I am reinstating them in full effect now. You are sick again. Every 2 weeks, you are getting sick. Every 2 weeks, you are getting sick with some sort of infection, bacterial infection. You're getting sick with some sort of virus, and it's every 2 weeks. Stop touching me. Stop touching my food. You know I don't like it. Anyway, when they were forced to respect me and my boundaries, do you know what happened? I didn't get sick. I didn't get sick. They stayed at least 6 feet back. Stay away from my food. Don't touch me. Stay away from my animals. Don't touch them when you're sick either, because you know they're sleeping in bed with me. When I said back off, I didn't get sick. Don't worry. Yeah, I made like pepper hot, like this hot sauce with peppers and a whole bunch of seasonings, and I took that and I put it over chicken breast, and I put the chicken breast in a casserole dish. I gotta buy casserole dishes because the one I had, actually the old casserole dishes I had, they were stolen. And anyway, I want to buy new casserole dishes, but I've always noticed that when you take chicken and you cook it in a casserole dish, oh my goodness, the chicken comes out juicy, not dry. Like the whole chicken comes out juicy and perfect. So anyway, I took this pepper sauce, buffalo hot sauce. I put it on the chicken breast, put it in a casserole dish, baked it, and then I made Spanish rice. So I put that over Spanish rice with a little more of the hot pepper buffalo barbecue sauce I mixed together. And then I have celery with blue cheese. Oh my God, it's so good. Speaking of which, I'm going to go get some. Oh my God, it came out so good. That's all I eat is chicken and rice, chicken and rice. I think I'm going to eat that for breakfast. And I think I'm going to save breakfast for dinner. I'm going to flip-flop. That's another thing I noticed. I like to eat dinner first thing in the morning for breakfast. I want my rice, my chicken, my heavy meal in the mornings, like 2 hours after I wake up. That's when I want dinner. But then at night, that's when I want to eat like my fruit, my yogurt, and I eat cereal, shredded wheat. And every time I have a bowl of cereal, it knocks me out because the milk warms up in my belly, and then I sleep like a baby. So, but I do eat good, and I can cook too. I'm a very good cook. I was cooking. I was making deli sandwiches, deli salads. And then I started to take personal orders for salads. And I started making personal orders. And then I stopped. Oh, you guys want to see something? I got to show you. Hang on. Sweetie pie. Alright, so where am I? Oh, there's something I gotta tell you guys at the end of the show. Or you know what, I'll just tell you in private. Go lay down. Okay, so my nickname is La Chefette Halle. I was making deli salads, and then I was taking personal orders for like older people, you know, disabled people. Maybe people are in a wheelchair and they love to cook, but they can't really get around all the time. So I would fill in that void for them, and, you know, they'd help me get gas for my car, shampoo or laundry detergent, help me pay for Keeper's arthritic medicine, which is $120 a month. I haven't been able to buy it for her in 2 months, but anyway, going on 2 months. She's had it, though. I've just given her, lay down and stop. I've only given her half doses to stretch it out. But anyway, so Le Chefette Halle. And I like to cook. I love to cook for people, but it was too much, and then I wasn't eating myself. I'd spend all day cooking for others, deliver the food, and then I'd get back and my fridge was empty. I'm thinking, no, this isn't what I want to do. And it got to a point I was drained, worn down, and so I stopped. I don't do it anymore. I will help out people. There's a couple elderly people that, yes, I do help them out, and I do cook for them. But they're my personal friends. And here's one of them calling right now. Can you hang on 1 second? Seriously, hang on. I'm coming right back. Okay, so anyway, I do Le Chefette Halle, right? Le Chefette Halle is in the kitchen. So my sister Rita and her 2 beautiful daughters sent me this. I might be in the kitchen, but my heart is in Israel. The nation, though. The nation of Israel. Although I'd love to see the country of Israel and go in all those places that even girls are not allowed to go. But I want add like little nation, you know, because I don't want you to think I'm with the Ashkenazis or Zionists or any of that. I'm talking about the nation and the 12 tribes. I'm talking about Abba's people, okay? His people. But anyway, what I want to do is get something that says La Shafet Hale on it. If I could find like a permanent white magic marker. Or La Shafet Hale along the top. La Shafet Hale. Oh, you want to see Keeper? Sorry about my mess. Yeah, my total mess. In my defense, though, the living room is like the exercise room, and as you can tell, it is all of Keeper and Seva's toys all over the floor. And I didn't have that big, strong, muscle-bound man hang up any of my mirrors yet because I really don't know where to hang them up. And I want to get some more big ones. Like I want a big mirror across this wall. That would be good across this wall. Or on that wall. But yeah, I want some more mirrors for when I do martial arts. But yeah, so I don't know what else I'm going to say for the rest of the show, but I'm really appreciative that you guys are here. Thanks for being here with me through everything, all of the processes I have to go through. And, oh, I love pizza. I love pizza. You know, I gained weight was eating pizza. Well, actually, fast foods. Someone I dated, that's all they ever ate was fast food. And it's like, how many times can you eat Domino's pizza and it tastes like garbage? Like, what's wrong with home-cooked food? Why is it always got to be Domino's, Domino's, Taco Bell, Domino's, McDonald's? Like, ugh. There you go, honey. All right, I'm going to go eat some food. I got a ton of people to call back today, so I'm going to keep my conversations extremely short just so I can make sure I get everybody called back because I don't want anyone to think I'm rude or blowing them off. It's just I haven't had a chance. And usually my conversations go for 1 or 2 hours with just one person. So after that, you know, I can't get to other people that I've promised that I would call them. And then I feel like I've failed as a friend. So just bear with me, guys. But today, I'm going to keep my conversations very short. That way I can fit in like 4 phone calls and get to more people. So, you know, I love you guys. I want to give you my time. But I also want to have time to give to you. So, that's my agenda. I got an interview tonight at 6 p.m. that I got to be ready for. And then I got an interview tomorrow. I'm going to see if I can't put a panel together this evening after that one interview I got. It's going to be a late night. So today, I am taking a nap. Right after I eat. Actually, Jamie, if I don't get to call you today, we're going to have to shoot for tomorrow. I hope that tomorrow is a very slow day. I will not be home at all tomorrow, but I just hope that where I am and what I'm doing is very slow, and we can talk then. But I have a feeling that once I eat, I'm knocking out for a little bit so I can be awake for this interview tonight. And I want to put a panel together tonight. It's not an open panel. I'm having a guest. I want the guest on the panel. And then when I'm done speaking with the guest, the show will be over. I want to do like a standalone show with this person. So there's a couple of people that I want to get on my panel. Especially that former shaman and former Reiki healer. I would love that because those people that troll me, they're into all of that. So I can't wait to get this one person on the show. Maybe there's something that my guest will say that could possibly get these other people to stop dabbling with it, because they're being used by these spirits. They're being used by these foul, filthy, disgusting, rotten, lying spirits. If it's not the Holy Spirit, then it's a filthy spirit. But when you're dealing with shamanism, those are filthy spirits. Those are spirits of the wild. It's nothing to do with the Holy Spirit. It may be divine, but it is an imposter. The spirits you're dealing with when it comes to Reiki, they're using you. They're making you feel like you're powerful and you have strengths and gifts and you're better than that. You're almost like God. And these spirits are lying to you and using you. And although you troll me and hate me, I'm hoping that my guest can say something to get you guys to stop tampering with it. Because you're just being used by these spirits when it comes to Reiki and tarot cards and shamans. I know somebody face to face. I finally got up the courage to tell him after, speaking with him on 5 different occasions. I finally got up the courage to say, listen, I'm ordained, and what I'm ordained to is the one true living infinite God who came in human form and died for our sins, and then resurrected, ascended to heaven, and then left us a companion named the Holy Spirit. You're telling me that reading my palm is getting you in touch with the divine? Well, that divine is actually an imposter to the real, infinite, divine source creator, who is defined as Yud-He Vav-He, behold the hand, behold the nail. There's only one. God is just a title. So I tell this kid that, and I'm like, listen, don't quit your day job to become a Reiki healer. Seriously, do not quit your day job to be a Reiki healer. And if you do, I'm praying that you fail right off the bat and go crawling back to your first job. These spirits are using you and taking advantage of you, and they're going to drag you to hell with them because you're following them and not your true living infinite source and creator, who is Yeshua HaMashiach in person. None of these other deities came in person. None of your Reiki spirits, none of your shaman spirits, none of them came in person to die for you the way Yud-He Vav-He did. Yahweh did that for you. None of these other spirits and deities did it for you. He came in human form. So I tell this kid, you're dealing with imposter spirits that are lying to you. They want you to think they're divine, but it's imposter. It's an imposter to the real, actual divine itself. And as he goes to leave, the kid starts cursing me under his breath with a different toned voice. He hasn't been back since. I don't think I'll see him again. But there's something that is oppressing him or got its claws in him. Possible possession. Possible. It wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. Hey, a servant of El. It's great to see you. It's been a while, sweetheart. We haven't had holy Bible studies in a while. Hey, Malvi, my love to you and your daughter, sweetheart. Our strength is in Jesus alone. He is our rock, yes. Everything is him. Candace, you need deliverance, or who needs deliverance? I gotta read back comments. I'm sorry that I haven't. Leather jacket that does not make me look like a greaser. I love leather jackets. I got a couple. Yeah, I'm one of those elderly people. I don't know what I was saying. Forgot where I left off. Only for him. I'm in New Jersey. Oh no. 721. 72. Gmail. Oh no. Sorry, plugged in his email address. And it worked. Sorry, I'm running like kind of a sort of fundraiser for someone. Satan comes to as an angel of light. New age crap, yes. We can discuss anything, a servant of El. It's been a while since I've talked to you. I gotta tell you though, I'm slammed today. I don't know of a day that I'm not slammed, but I'm trying to like make it work. And I'm getting better because I'm back online. I'm getting my routine down, daily routines, and so I'm getting there. It's just I've been on hiatus for like 6-7 months. Yeah, anyway. You know, you were with me while I was on hiatus, a servant of El. When we were doing our Holy Bible studies. That's all I was doing was my training and Bible studies. But then I even stopped doing that. But now I'm back. Oh, I left off at the leather jacket. That was Chris's comment. I don't know why, but like the comments in blue, it seems like my eyes skip over what my runches say. For some reason, my eyes always skip over the names in blue. I'm not trying to be rude, but I've noticed that when I go to read comments, it's like I ignore my mod's comments and go straight for everybody else's. I don't know if it's because you guys are lit up in blue. I'm not trying to be rude is what I'm telling you, and I'm sorry that I was. Warning sign says, I love you back, warning signs. Oh, I don't believe that John, was it Robert Kennedy Jr.? I don't believe he's alive. I don't believe that Q is actually Trump. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they were like going on with this John is alive. I don't know that that's true, guys. I know somebody that grew up with the Kennedys, and they remember when John died and Carolyn, the sister, being a mess. Now, I know everybody online keeps saying that John is alive, but I would like them to go to Carolyn Kennedy and tell her that her brother is still alive. Now, I hear these people, I was about to say you guys, but it's not you guys in my chat. Now, I hear people online say that John is alive. I would love to see them say that to Carolyn, his sister. She might have a different take on it. Now, as far as their family friend that grew up with them, they too firmly believe that John is dead. So a friend of the family of Kennedy's thinks he's dead. You know what, guys? I'm pretty sure he's dead. I get it was a closed casket, but it was also a plane crash. I don't know. That one I just don't believe. Because I think Carolyn would have something else to say different than that. You know, it's easy to speculate online, but if I actually put the people online that speculate about him being alive in front of Carolyn Kennedy, I don't think that they'd have the audacity to say, oh, by the way, ma'am, we got news for you. Your brother's actually still alive. So the funeral that you thought you went to with your brother, that was all fake, Carolyn. I'd love to see that happen. And I think before you speculate about something like that online, you should have enough courage to go to the person and say, yeah, your brother's still alive, and I'm going to talk about it online. I don't think Q is John or Kennedy or any of that. I just... Right? I think Laura Eisenhower might have the answer on who Q is. Me and my understanding, probably wrong, so please do your own research and studies. I think it's, what is it, 3 humans and 6 entities. But if you think about it, to send telepathic messages and astral travel and remote view and all that stuff, you need 2 demonic spirits to be able to do those things. So it makes sense that if there's 3 people, there's going to be 2 demons per person, so they can do astraling. But I would be interested in what Laura Eisenhower had to say about it. That's probably who I would go to if I wanted to know who Q is. Man, either way, I don't care. I don't pay any attention to him. I know he helped, or it helped to wake people up, so something good did come of it, but I'm not a follower. So I don't know. Enough about Q. I told other people that want to coach and mentor MK Ultras and SRAs and DIDs and ex-super soldiers that if they want to mentor someone like me, leave Q out of it. And you better be based in scripturally sound Holy Bible. You can't be running around with false doctrine or New Age beliefs, and you cannot be helping someone to deprogram with Q and bringing up Q and Q posts. You will trigger them, their MK Ultra programming. You will trigger them. I'm talking about MK Ultra, like the programs I've been through. So... Okay, guys, on that note, I'm going to eat because I'm hungry. You're 28 years old, H? Wow. 28 was a good year. About the resurrection? What about it? Like Candace, I'm lost. What? Yeah. So, hey guys, on that note, Heavenly Abba, I come before you and I lift up everybody in my chat room, all my loved ones, all my friends. Please pour extra special blessings upon them. Please answer all of their prayers made of you. Please shine your face to them and spoil them silly rotten. Please give them their heart's desire, Heavenly Abba, and please protect them. Please give them everything that they need and want. And I also pray for you, Yud Hey Vav Hey. Yud Hey Vav Hey, bless Yud Hey Vav Hey. Yud Hey Vav Hey, bless Yeshua HaMashiach. Yud Hey Vav Hey, bless the Holy Spirit. Yud Hey Vav Hey, bless the kingdom of heaven, all the good spiritual beings and angels. Please bless all my brothers and sisters in Christ. Bless all those things and people that are inside your love, Heavenly Abba. I pray for animals, domestic and wild. Heavenly Abba, I pray hardest for everyone and everything that is outside of your will and outside of your love, because that's what they've chosen. But I pray for them, their salvation, their relationship with you, their freedom, deliverance. I pray for their baptism. I pray that they come out from the darkness and enter into Yeshua's living light. Heavenly Abba, thank you for helping me forgive others. And most paramount is thank you for helping me to forgive myself. Thank you for helping me to control emotions. Thank you for helping me get through situations. And thank you for getting me to this point in time 4 years later, Heavenly Abba, where I can sit here calm, cool, and collected and say to my trolls, I forgive you. And you don't affect me. You have no power over me. Your emails don't affect my day, my friendships. I don't trip over them. It doesn't throw me on an emotional roller coaster. I don't read them. So you have no ability to trigger my programming. And I know that's why you send me emails purposefully, is to trigger that MK Ultra programming, because you yourself are an active MK Ultra victim and slave, still currently, because you haven't chosen Yeshua. I forgive you. Heavenly Abba, thank you. Thank you for guiding me through this and leading me. Thank you for explaining things to me. Thank you for instance, explaining to me exactly what throwing pearls before swine means. I'm sorry it took you 4 years to teach me that lesson. So now that I've learned that lesson, I will pray in accordance, and I will stop throwing my pearls before swine, and I will pray for your revenge and your wrath and your judgment and your punishment to fall upon those in Yeshua's name. So I pray hardest for everything and everyone, past, present, and future, Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh. May they turn towards you. If not, let your will be done. In Yeshua's name. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you, I love you, I love you. Worship, praise, glory, and honor all to you and only you, Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh, in Yeshua HaMashiach's name. Also, Heavenly Abba, please fill and overflow us and baptize in us in your Holy Spirit. Please give us your strength, wisdom, knowledge, power, authority, insight, in Yeshua's name. Please fill and overflow our homes and cars and work and schools and all places that we are. Please fill and overflow it with the Holy Spirit. Please keep us invisible to our enemies. Please take your sword and stab it in the ground. Place it between us and our enemies. Keep us invisible to them. Please do, we pray against any retaliation coming in against us. Children of God, in Yeshua's name. I pray against any spiritual attacks going forward that will happen because of this video and because we're all uniting. In Yeshua's name, I cast and bind them down in Yeshua's name. Heavenly Abba, I love you and thank you for today. And for those people that are homeless, please help us to get them a home. For those that need money, please help us to get them money. Please open up opportunities where we can serve you and do your work. Please keep us focused on only you. Please keep our thirst for you never quenched, so we keep thirsting and thirsting and thirsting and thirsting for you over and over and over again. I know you're living Logos and you quench our thirst, but may we have thirst and passion for you. In Yeshua's name I pray. I love you and thank you, Selah. Okay, guys, I'm out. All right, I hope you guys have a beautiful day. And I'll see y'all later.